dude.
All right.
Hell yeah.
We're live. Man, this camera is so much better.
Did anybody else get really sweaty palms instantly?
I've been sweating for like the last 5 hours.
That's what that puddle was in the hallway.
I've got sweaty parts, yeah.
All right. I know it's not 3:15, it's 3:14, but I think I'm just going to start.
Punctual.
No,
I
let's
know,
just
right?
sit here awkwardly for 1
Or
minute.
we could,
Let's
yes,
do it.
we could just all stare at the camera for the next 30 seconds. All right, we're starting.
No,
I remember I'm going to have to pass you the phone for the Pokemon.
Oh my gosh, your shed is blown open.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
show's
a different
canceled.
latch. Have to fix
All right. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 812, the Rillaboom Podcast, and the Return Extravaganza, because that's apparently something I used to say. I used to say extravaganza or something way back in the early episodes, and
You don't remember
multiple
that?
people said, "Can you please say that?" So I'm saying it. So we're back. Hi, everybody.
A big hello to my fans.
You know what I was thinking of when we had like Lube dressed up as a banana playing Jenga.
You're gonna have to get up on that microphone. Fillet the microphone.
Is this better?
Thank you.
What's the Pokemon?
You were telling a story. All right, Mom Brain, can you tell us about the Pokemon, please?
Happily.
It's in there somewhere.
Wait. Oh God, I was just expecting it right there. Okay.
It's like we haven't
Okay.
skipped a beat.
No, if you have her hold the microphone, she's gonna sing into it. Like
I could do the it is the Rillaboom podcast. They are by drumming, Rillaboom taps into the power of its special tree stump. Ooh. The roots of the stump follow its direction in battle. They're 6 feet
I know.
11 inches tall. They weigh
That I remember.
198.4 pounds, and you can find both male and female.
Thanks, Mom Brain.
My pleasure.
The Hoenn region.
it's related to Pokemon. Welcome back, everybody.
Well, first, let me say something. I got to say
All right.
the official thing first. Some of you know if you're on the Patreon that something is coming, and if you are in the Discord, you got a hint that something is coming. But I'm very happy to say that we are now part of the HyperX Podcast Network. You might know HyperX from a whole bunch of Switch accessories and headphones and what was it? Tactical gamer eye gear or something. I don't remember what it was called exactly, but we were like, we need those glasses
stuff?
for like, staring at
Blue
screens
light-
all
blue
the time.
light
Yes.
glasses?
See, this guy knows. You can find our show and all the other shows that are part of the HyperX Podcast Network at podcast.hyperx.com. Yes,
yeah.
Nikki Hill. Go ahead.
Maybe this will come up later, but Wordle is like a real popular thing right now.
Never heard of it.
Can I not talk about this?
We're not allowed. Sponsors won't let us talk about Wordle.
Well, I haven't
You guys
played.
believe today's word was
I haven't
Oh.
played one
Wordle.
letter of it, but anytime people at work talk about it, all I think of is Squirtle, the Pokemon.
Well, maybe there's a cash-in just waiting to happen. Somebody made a cash-in on a Switch it's exactly the same as Wordle. It just uses different colors to tell you you've gotten letters right. And they named it Words with Freds.
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 Nice.
So
I mean, that
you can
really
play that on the Switch
narrows
for $1.
that really narrows your market. But hey,
I know. Well, listen, they were like, let's steal Words with Friends, and let's also steal Wordle and put them together. So they're going to be a huge success.
these are the things. Are like the releases every week.
Cha-ching.
I don't even know what's out and available on the.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
if I don't know
What's the newest Nintendo system called? It's been so long. I don't even.
the Revolution,
The Regilution.
the Regilution. I don't know what today's show is going to be like. I don't know what we're going to do. Obviously, next week will be a more normal show.
What we used to talk about is news.
Well, we might do news today. I don't know.
All right, then you let me know when I can bring up the issue that I have that I saw on the podcast website.
All right. Well, let me say things, serious things first, and then we'll get
Might
to
not-
whatever the hell
might
you
not
want.
do news, might not.
So yeah, obviously the show's been gone for a while. We all missed it. I think I didn't realize how much I would miss it. Obviously, I didn't know I was going to be taken away from it, but that's what happened. And obviously, if you've been following GoNintendo in general, or the Patreon, or Twitter, or you saw the Game Explain interview I did with Andre, you know that I've been gone and I went through something terrible. And it's not easy to work on from, but everybody's okay. Everybody's here. Everyone's safe. And I know people online thought that Mom Brain and I broke up, and that's why I disappeared. That I guarantee is not the reason. I don't want to be offensive to you, Mom Brain, but I think I would still be able to work. I would be
No,
very
you definitely wouldn't. You would have definitely like passed away, like in a corner, huddling somewhere.
Maybe. But yes, I can. What I will say officially is there was nothing related to that at all
No.
in any way, shape, or form. And
There
yes,
was that moment though where you went for a walk and Mom Brain didn't go with you, and that's when I thought it was the moment. I thought that was the end.
wait, did you hear what happened with walking with us a couple weeks ago?
No.
This I got to tell you this, but first, crap, I almost cursed. I gotta not do that. There was something I was gonna say. Oh, anyway, thank you everybody for all your concern and all your worry and all your patience for us coming back. I really appreciate that. Also, thank you for being so incredibly respectful and understanding of the whole situation. Like I said, it's a lot. I'm not the same person I used to be. I'm trying to find my way back to normal. This podcast is a big part of that. And being with friends in person is a big part of that because, as you guys know, much of the podcast before we disappeared was us away from each other because of the pandemic.
Shut up. I don't care.
Thank you, Josh. So we're happy to be back. We're going to get back into our rhythm. Like I said, this show is just we're back and let's see what the hell happens. But thank you. I really appreciate it. Yes, I saw all your social media discussions about while I was gone. I saw you put my face on milk cartons wondering where I was. I saw all of that. I won't lie saying that it wasn't a little strange to see that stuff, but I appreciate the concern. So yeah, that's that. If you want to hear more about, like, if you're really itching to hear more about my state of mind and all that, I don't want to say like specifics, but just me in general and how I'm doing, you can check out the Game Explain thing. But that's all I'm saying on that. And we're just gonna get back to normal.
Really, it was a dispute you had with Comcast, wasn't it?
It took my internet down.
I mean, yeah, and like
I
we've
switched
all
to
been there.
YouTube
We've
TV.
all had these conversations where you call one day,
Representative,
and 3 months later, your internet's finally hooked up, and your bills are paid, and everything else.
You were gonna say something?
Smash
What do
that
you wanna talk
subscribe button.
It was just a news thing that I saw. I think I took a photo of it so I wouldn't.
When
forget.
was this?
Yesterday?
Oh, okay. Is this about me?
No.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Moving on.
No, it was just a story that you posted saying that Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the prequel, they're going to have a prequel.
You have to talk into your microphone.
This is 2 inches. Is this not good enough?
Look at what I'm doing. Look at me.
Can we get a tape measure here? I'm that close.
Okay, listen. Fine. Hey, fine.
When you're
You do
that
what you want.
irritated, that's loud enough.
Yes,
oh
exactly.
my God,
Just
this
be
guy.
angry the whole time.
No, they're going to release a prequel to Sonic the Hedgehog 2 as a comic.
That's correct.
But the 2 already implies that there was a prequel, so we already have the backstory. So thank you.
Well, here I have a question. Did you read the article?
There's an article.
First off, the really cool part about that is Jim Carrey himself actually wrote like a 1-page document about that, which was turned into a 5-page thing for that comic.
Well, I mean, his
Second,
name was also in the headline too.
The comic fills you in on what happens between Sonic 1 movie and Sonic 2 movie.
Which I would expect would
The movie to
happen
do?
in the movie.
Well, then, it might be Sonic being like, so I ate 17 chili dogs and here I am. And you as a viewer will be like, where did he get those chili dogs from? I need to know more in the comic.
Probably the
You read
store
about 'em.
or a cart on
Yeah,
the
the chili
corner.
dog
like-
store. Yep. That's true. Where else do you get chili dogs?
Meow.
The walking thing, which I'll say very quickly. We were out walking. I've been walking every day since Pikmin Bloom came out. I'm usually walking alone. Sometimes I'm walking with Mom Brain. We were walking down the street, and Mom Brain knows the cafe owner that's on this street. And she saw me walking down the street one day with a different woman. And it bothered her so much that she pulled Mom Brain aside the next time she saw her and was like, I got to tell you, like, it's weighing on me. I saw your guy walking down the street with another woman, and I'm not sure, but I think they were holding hands. I was walking with our
Beep,
friend.
beep.
I was walking with our friend Angela, and we weren't holding hands, but we could have been. That would have been okay. But Angela made the great point of saying, "How brazen would I be to cheat on Mom Brain and then parade the woman around the neighborhood and be like, here she is, everyone."
Where, like, everybody knows me,
and yeah.
Like, there's people here I grew up with. Like, forget it.
All right, let me do something very important. Hello, Guy Bones and Nader Die and RLM and Freddie Fro, Microtic and Kyle and Grantimus and Anastasia Beaverhausen and Laxter and Hylian Tom and Tamakoto and oh my goodness, JCO and Intimdo and Giant Reggie and Spam and Joe is Cool and Colta and Naka and
Your
my
mom says hi.
and the 8-bit Lego and Doom Eternal, and I promise I will, and Roth, I will try and get all your names as I see you pop in. Obviously,
We got a new bongo.
it's a little busy today. Zero Revolution, Joe Shabadoo, Toad64, Shellshock Prime, Nico Darunia, The Miz. I know I'm going to miss somebody. Keith, Canadian Rambo, The Keys Effect, Gecko Kitsune,
Wait,
Milking Consoles.
Is that the real Miz?
The Miz, the wrestling Miz? Yeah, it's him. He's here. That's a great hello, Toki Tony and Sarah and Slacker Monkey. That's a great segue.
But you saw more names?
Because we have I do. I will pop back in. And PT and R-Type.
Shout out to my bros.
Yeah, a lot of great classic names there. I recognize almost all of them.
And Kurt Dog. And yes, I will. And Thrillmo. All right. I will say more names, I promise. Thank you, everybody that's here live. I really appreciate it. Hello, Dre Gamer. We have a new staff. You talked about wrestling, The Miz. We don't have The Miz working for us, but we do have a professional wrestler writing for us.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, it's true.
Is it The Rock?
It's The Rock. Yeah, he said, I'm not busy
Dwayne.
enough. Yeah, he goes by Dwayne on our site. Thank you. We have a brand new staff of 25 plus people, and they are writing news and they are doing features. And as you probably know, GoNintendo is back with a brand new site, and we've completely revamped everything. What's up? Oh, I have to give an insane thank you to T27 Duck and Court, because this would 1,000,000% not be possible without them. For the last and I've really missed these. You know how much I love a soundboard. For the last four and a half months, really, they've been building out all this stuff. But the conversation started before that. I would say around like the 6-month mark, we started talking about, okay, it's happening. He's coming back. What are we going to do? And they worked their butts off. And Court and T27 Duck, the way they work together is amazing, because personality wise, they are so different. Court will like painstakingly detail things, and while that's happening, T27 Duck will just do it and say, okay, it's done. It's ready. So just those two working together and finding a way to talk to each other, and me in there also and being like, yeah, that's good. That looks good. Like, yeah, that's great. I can't thank them enough for their hard work. And we've been having weekly meetings for a while now to discuss all the stuff and get the site back. And yes, we are having meetings about things that you want and changes you would like. There's actually already been some changes because you guys wanted a more prominent link for the blog view, the classic blog view on the site, which was there since our relaunch. But some of the verbiage on the site apparently made it not so clear. So now we literally say on the front page, just there's a link for the blog, whatever the blog. I don't even remember what it says, but you click that, it takes you right to blog view. But we have the front page to feature the featured content. So
Blog.
reviews,
What a
previews,
funny word.
blog, reviews, previews, interviews, other features, spotlighted content, all kinds of cool stuff. All the other views you can think of. So I'm very proud of the site. I'm very proud of the new team, because the features team had over 25 features written for launch day, because we couldn't launch with nothing. So they really dedicated themselves and got that stuff done.
How many are left? Did you already release all those?
The staff or the features? I thought you
Features.
delete them. These have been read 5 times. We got to get rid of them. So when
No.
features go on.
All of those features were put up on the website immediately, or did
That's
Day-
none of your business.
Day
He's
one.
right.
Day one, yes, we had all those features up, and we've added more since then. So yeah, if you're looking for like the backlog of the features that maybe you didn't see, you just click on whatever that section is. So reviews, you click on reviews, you see them all. Features or Spotlight, you click on Spotlight, you see them all. And also on the front page, there's a top news section as well, so you can get your top news there, or just go to the blog section and you get just like GoNintendo used to be, although a little bit nicer looking and a little more up to date. I was gonna say things I know people want, but then that just puts pressure on Court and T27 Duck. I don't want to say. Let's say we've seen things that you've requested.
We'll just wait and see.
Thank you, Josh. That's true.
Like,
We'll just
like-
have to wait and see. Go ahead.
that just reminded me of something, but it would be more capable to repeat it. I've seen things. What is the whole monologue?
Well, go ahead.
Nah, we don't have the time.
Well, this is a great.
So we've
way
seen
for-
things that people are requesting.
This is a great way for me to say who's here. I'm here. Doom Michaels is here
Cuckoo!
in person.
In the flesh.
And am I allowed to say like the other part of you being in person?
yeah.
Hey
Doom
now,
Michaels
whoa.
officially has moved back to New Jersey. Yeah,
That's right. Back to God's
Hell
country.
yeah.
Just in time for all of us to move out to California.
So yes, we are all moving.
I'm coming with you then. You guys are where home is. That's why I'm here.
So he is here and he's back. Also, Kirby's here,
Hey, yeah, I am here.
and as we
Um,
said, moving to
Hey,
moving to
we're-
California. Nikki Hill is here.
Physically and mentally.
Shut up. I don't care.
Mom Brain is here.
I am.
We did not break up.
No, we,
We
did
didn't
not. We did not.
And of course, what podcast is complete without Josh Grobot?
My name's Josh Robot, and I'm here to say I'm the best on this podcast, far and away. I'm so great. And you guys suck. If you don't like that, I don't give a darn.
Hey, Josh, it's been a year. You could have come up with some new material in that time.
I am the world's best singer.
All right, Josh, I do miss that old ditty. Can I hear that one tune one more time? No. His classic song. Man, it's still so good.
Yeah, he still got it. He doesn't need new
Did you
material.
know you can play Tetris for free on Tetris.com?
We're not talking about that.
Is that still true?
Yeah, I'm sure it's still true.
Yes, I really did.
Oh, man. Josh, you're good.
Uh-oh. Culta had a birthday on the 9th.
Happy birthday, Calta. Happy... The awkward thing about it is he hears us saying that it's awkward and he just keeps going. Hello, Mice and Gods and Mitchy Mouse and Alien Boy VA and my God, all you people. Sinfield and I'm trying to get people that I missed. I think I'm okay. Yes, there he is. Moon Knight, the one and only. He's been sitting there. Gecko Kitsune, if I didn't say that. I'm going to repeat names. So yeah, man, feels good to be back. Hello, Occultist's Closet.
Wow.
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 All right, let me see what else I got on my list before we can do something normal.
Wow.
Did that? Okay. Oh, yes. I want to say a special thank you to Name of Austin.
Hi, how are you?
Because Name of Nintendo says, all right, time to wrap it up.
I remember our first podcast was like 15 minutes. We were like, I guess
I
that's
do.
all the news.
I do. Name of Austin, who did the podcast intro you will hear for this episode, has made us a new podcast intro. And you will hear that with episode what are we today? 12? 8:13. You'll hear that on whatever the next episode is. So look forward to that. He sent me 5 different samples, and did
Yeah,
you
right?
hear them?
Right?
Yeah,
Thought
everybody
that was
heard them.
soft.
Everybody
It
heard
looks
them.
like it would be
looks
squishy.
yeah.
We all pretty much agreed on the one theme as
like a
being our
gumdrop.
favorite. So we're going to pick that one, and you'll hear it next week. I just know
Here's a little preview.
Spicy meatball.
not true. I know Mom Brain will agree with this on me.
Will she?
You know, when you go to a Marvel movie and you're
Ooh.
super excited and you get the intro, and sometimes they don't play the Marvel intro and they go right into the movie, and a little piece of you is like, oh,
I was waiting for that swell of.
So I know people were waiting for this show to come back. And I was like, let me give them one more of the last intro just so they can have that moment in their head. Because when people are thinking of the show coming back, they're probably thinking of that song.
What
So
is the
that's
song?
today, our podcast intro. What do you mean?
What, can you sing it? It's not fresh up here.
Can I sing it?
A lot has happened in a year for me to have to
A lot
process this.
happened in here. So I was giving that to you guys one more time. And then next week is the new song. I don't know. Wow! Maybe I'll put the new song on Patreon this week. I don't know. I'm not trying to get you to go to Patreon. I remember saying something on Patreon about the intro. All right. So thank you to Name of Austin. Also, an incredibly amazing, unbelievable thank you to Crazy Colonel, who has done the podcast artwork, man, at least as long as since 2019. He will be back doing new artwork for each episode. But you might have noticed he's been doing artwork for GoNintendo as well. So when there's a feature on the site that doesn't have a dedicated image, you will see an image created by him. So he made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 images. Maybe 6 images. So a huge thank you to him. And I was going right before the podcast started. We were all going back through the episodes to see the artwork he did, and it's amazing. There's so many great ones and things that don't make sense to me anymore, but I love them even more. And Michael said it'd be great to talk about those on the podcast because we probably would have great conversations that are completely different from what inspired the picture in the first place.
Meow? No, that's not what I was thinking.
That was one of the pictures we looked at.
Is that what I sound like? Is that me? Is that what I sound like? Is that what I sound? Is that what I sound like?
I like how when we
Man,
come back and
I
it's
have a
just
hard
all
time
the
thinking
same old stuff.
without listening to myself. I am so sorry to all of you. Is that what I sound like? Crazy
Yes.
Colonel, something was going to happen, right? Well, like
Is that what I sound
compiling,
It's not gonna happen.
compiling those
But-
into like a collection of sorts.
We talked about it, and then the event.
Yeah.
But yes,
I'm Squidward.
that's back on the table. Yeah, I haven't talked to him about it, but obviously I want to do that. Yes, that was an idea I was super excited for. So huge thank you to him. He is amazing, an unbelievable artist, and he just makes me laugh with his pictures all the time. So look forward to whatever the hell he draws for tonight. Also, finally, and probably most importantly, thank you to Patreon members and GoNintendo readers and GoNintendo social media followers and GoNintendo, anybody, anywhere GoNintendo related, whether you get it on Facebook, whether you get it on Twitter, whether you get it on the site, whether you hang out on the Patreon, in the Discord, on our YouTube videos, whatever it is. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for coming back now that we are back. I'm very happy to be back. I missed you guys terribly, and some of you know how much I missed this podcast. This podcast, I love doing everything GoNintendo related, but there's something special about the podcast. I think it's because it's a combination of real life friends and internet friends, and we all just get together and we're stupid together. So I just love that.
I text messaged Kirby and I said, I don't know what did I say to you. I said, see you on Saturday or something.
You also said this is like therapy, which is very
Because
accurate.
we were both just like saying how we were very excited to get back in person. Especially, is this the first
I
time
know.
we've been in person?
It is, yes.
In 2 years, over 2 years.
Well, for a podcast, yes.
yeah.
We've been hanging out every day. We
That
weren't
is
inviting
not
you.
correct.
Oh, I've seen your Instagram.
So yes, thank you to everyone for the support. It's very nice to be back. thank you guys for your support in real life. And with all this, I know it's taking a chunk out of your weekend schedule, and with the
can we wrap it
pandemic,
up?
it makes it more. It's been rough, but I'm through it. At least what happened, and we're back. So I'm very happy to be back. And next week will be a normal show where maybe I'll cry about something else, but not this topic. So
I'm a party animal.
thank you, Josh. I don't have a Finsta Nintendo. No. Does anybody here? Oh, this could be what we talked about beforehand months ago, where you had an idea for a podcast. I don't know if
Yeah.
you want me to give your idea
Whatever.
out.
I don't do anything with my ideas except
So Nikki
cry
Hill,
a bit right now.
Nikki-
Because I think I know what you're talking
Nikki
about.
Hill had an idea for a podcast where
be careful.
I'm someone-
because it's good and people are going to want this now.
I'm someone who
Sure,
usually stays
whatever.
up on the lingo, but Nikki Hill and Doom Michaels do not. So Nikki Hill had an idea of a podcast where I bring them today's lingo and they try and tell me, well, they either tell me what it means or they guess at what it means. So we're going to play right now. Do you know what a Finsta is? Kirby, you are allowed to join in as well.
I have no idea.
All right. No
Sorry.
idea.
I don't have any idea.
Okay.
It's a person that wants to be a shark, obviously.
It's not a social media thing.
It is social media. Yes. Partial credit.
Does it have to do with Instagram?
It does have to do with
Okay,
Instagram.
all right, we're getting
You're
closer.
on there. Now you just have
Nothing
to
to
figure
do
out
with
why
sharks.
it's
Pictures of sharks on Instagram.
no shark relation at all.
I'm out. I don't know.
I mean, I got us this far. You're gonna need some help here. Finsta.
That's great.
If I say
Oh,
it
Slider
more,
64.
will it-
Slider 64 got it. He says it's on Rugrats. It's Chucky's last name.
Yeah.
Chucky Finster. Yeah. That's great.
Isn't that the baby Finster? Is that like a
Baby Finster? That Chucky Finster.
oh
Who's baby?
Well, they were all
No, there was
babies.
like a-
Who's baby?
what was the baby? What was the baby in like Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh,
something.
the baby that wasn't a baby. He
Yeah.
smoked
He smoked
cigars, and he
cigars,
looked up
yeah.
women's dresses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
babe.
5 o'clock shadow.
Problematic.
Sorry,
Problematic.
I shouldn't bring it up.
Uh,
I mean, I shouldn't bring up a children's movie. I'm sorry.
Baby Herman.
Oh, is that what it was?
Baby Pee Wee Herman.
I don't.
Pee Wee Herman.
I don't think they were related.
Finsta?
So no, so that's it. You've given it your all.
I think that's enough.
I mean, you got that as Instagram.
I think
and
that's
you
enough
got
from
that
all
as
of us.
social media. So
I
Can
mean,
we
he got
ask
it.
more?
yeah, sure.
I would like
We could
credit
do an hour of this. Yeah,
for knowing what one is.
that's why I didn't ask
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Just want to make
Oh,
sure.
well, then maybe we should. Since she knows.
Go ahead, Mom Brain. Would you like to tell them what a Finsta is?
Are we done talking? I
It's
don't want
over.
Is
to
it just
ruin
like
that.
one
Okay.
I
person
think
that-
we've made fools of
It's
ourselves long
over.
enough.
It's a fake Instagram, right? It's like your Instagram that you would post stuff that you wouldn't put on your regular one that like
Yes.
grandma follows.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So really-
Beautiful.
In actuality,
That is
it's not
so
really
clearly-
fake
yeah.
because the one you have, like your primary Instagram, is like the one that everybody sees, and you're probably trying to like put out an image of yourself on Instagram. So Finsta is like the real you, but it's your fake Instagram account because only like your best friends know about that one. And you say the stuff on there or show things that you would never show or say otherwise. Do one of you guys have a Finsta?
No.
Do you want to start a Finsta?
It wouldn't be exciting. I don't have any like risque
Boring.
things to hide from the rest of my friends and family.
Canadian Rambo says getting horny on Finsta.
So but that's exactly what it's for, right? It's just so you can post like
No.
your,
Well, I
your
mean, what if you're
risque
like a
No,
like
no,
what if you're like
no.
a high schooler, and you don't want your parents to see like certain
Pictures of you at a
things, like-
party or something.
Yeah. Or maybe you're like, you have a
you're
job
like-
that you think people are gonna. Maybe you're a teacher and you're worried that like somebody's gonna find you, and you don't want
Maybe you
pictures
don't want
of you
anybody
doing.
to know that you have like a huge
Well, I mean,
Hummel doll collection or figurine
Why would you
collection.
not want people
Oh,
to
I
know
don't- I
that?
don't think you were
Because
doing
they
that.
would come to your house to try and steal
Oh,
them.
okay.
it
course.
makes sense for like teachers or doctors.
Bless you.
Bless you. Stuff like that, where it's like I don't want to just be searched out and found on the internet by
Yes.
patients or students.
Our Type 88 says the horny teachers are coming for my doll collection.
It's true. It's more likely than you think.
But wow, I mean, if I was going to come up with a name for a fake Instagram account, Finsta, it just completely makes sense.
Culta says this talk is getting my Joy-Con sweaty.
It is. It is pretty
Go
self-explanatory.
Finsta. Yep, that's what we're here.
Yeah.
That's what we're here to announce.
It makes way more sense than what I was thinking it was going to be.
Josh, you want to hit me with that one more time, please?
Don't be a sweaty, be a
That's
go-getty.
right. Thank you, Josh. So there you go. That's Finsta, and that's all we got. Goodbye, everybody.
A sweaty.
Are you going to keep going on the GoNintendo TikTok? I know that was really fun for me to watch those, and it
This
seemed like
is
you were
the
having fun
first
doing it.
time for me in the Marvel universe. Yeah, I am. I just, regular GoNintendo took a backseat to that, but now that regular GoNintendo's back, my goal is to do one a week there. I don't think
Holy
that's
shuffle,
impossible.
guys. Froyukin says a fake GoNintendo account would be called Faux Nintendo.
Oh my god.
I
I don't
love
even know
it.
what I would put there. Yes, I will do that, but I have news that you're probably not going to like. I'm going to move away from the features I was doing and just do dances and stuff like that.
I don't mind. I mean,
Instead of me personally sending my dances to you like I do now, I'll just put them on TikTok.
as long as you dance to
Moving
video game
on.
music, because the video game music ones are my favorite.
Yes, of course. I'll definitely do that. All right. I guess we could do so. I should have said this earlier. I said it's not going to be a regular show. Next week will be a regular show, but we're not going to have music trivia or anything like that
That's
today.
not on there, right? It's good to be regular. I mean, that's
no,
more something for
no.
next week.
Oh,
I guess.
also, Do Michaels and I realized that we have a whole host of new clips that deserve to be on the soundboard. So I'll work to get
yeah.
those on for
Oh,
next
yeah,
week.
some
We
great
got some
ones.
really good ones. I also saw people in the chat saying, "Is it weird for me to use soundboard clips from this show in real life?" And I'd say no, because we do it
We
all
do
the
it all the
time.
time.
Every
Not a
day.
day goes by that we don't. do that.
Especially the
No one cares about me.
Yeah, I'd probably say very cool 8 million times a week.
Yeah, Josh, can you hit us with that classic one time, please? I know there's nothing very cool going on, but
I think it's cool that Do Michaels quotes him all the time.
that's true. Well, Josh, you've been gone for a year. You can't get
what
on
I
it.
love about Josh is when he first came on the scene, I think I've made this known before. Like
Thanks. Very cool.
he like really irritated me, and I know he's just like no, I know he's real, but like I know it's just like this soundboard, but it's grown on me so much over time that I love Josh Grobot now, and I'm not afraid to say it. And I quote him all the time, and I used to be so
Why would
irritated
you say that?
because it's true, baby.
Thanks. Very cool.
Oh, isn't that nice?
I vividly remember you talking to me about how you didn't like Josh back then.
Yeah, I really didn't. But he's
That
definitely
was a
growing.
really great story.
Sounds sarcastic there, Josh.
I'm feeling so great. Thanks
We
for
got a
asking.
call to that GIF is great. Man, I missed you guys in the Discord so much. This makes it so much better. Brendan Cheese says, I say I don't want to be here in Josh's voice every morning when I get to work.
That's a great one.
Shout out to my bros.
I don't want to be here. Oh man, this is good. So yeah, like I said, no music or anything, but I promise we'll get back to that. Now I have a thing, and I mentioned it to you before, but I don't know if we should do it. Should we? I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? The thing?
Yeah, I do know what you're talking
Should we
about.
do
The
that?
thing. I mean, it's gonna.
Yeah, he'll have to move, but
Hang on a
I think we're gonna do it.
What was that do?
No. All right, you go. We don't need the cat in here.
And we're back.
You better get it before it gets us. It's Thing on a String.
Have we talked? We must have talked.
I
about
don't
that
think
on
we
the
I
have.
don't think so.
Thing on a String is a song that Mom Brain sings to the cat when the cat wants to play. So she's got, like a feather on a string or whatever, and she sings that to the cat while she's titillating him with the feather or the whatever it is, the mouse.
I mean, the important
Gets
thing
them
is
going.
It
it does,
does get 'em going.
and the important thing is that he
Gets me
better
going too.
he better get it before it gets us.
He always does, thankfully. All right, well, let's do it then. You want to go get it? Nikki Hill,
Get it before it gets us.
Can you please leave? I was going to say leave.
Wow. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Well, while we're doing that, you know what?
It's like a Tetris game.
Yeah,
Mom Brain's getting some fun. Hi, G-Man, sir. Thanks for popping in.
Sorry.
Oh my God. Yes. Wait 1 minute, please. First off, hello. He says, "Are they going to lock the doors and turn the lights down low?" How have we not had that one
maybe.
yet?
Well, I can't play that. I can't play that until Mom Brains comes. Mom's.
I can't
What's
play
her
it until
name?
my mommy comes back.
Mom's Brains. Mom's Brains.
I can't play that until Mom's Brains comes back. All right. Well, you know what? Let's do some news. We have, like I said.
Sure.
Now I get news.
Oh, she's back. Never mind. We'll do news later. All right.
It could take a minute because I got a
Oh my God. I forgot that was on there.
Nice.
Mom's Brains.
You want me to do some news then?
We heard.
I guess we should do a
Yes,
little,
yes.
little Nintendo
Do
news. All right. So I got to figure out where to start here. Okay.
Oh, Go Nintendo's back.
Those COVID tests? What are we doing here?
Everybody's taking a COVID test live. Well, what I was going to talk about is I thought a new fun feature for the podcast every week would be pointing out which story got the most traffic that week. And we have the story for this week. Do you guys want to hear what was literally the most visited and trafficked story on Go Nintendo this week?
Yeah.
All right, we got a yes, we got an eh. It's all on your shoulders.
Definitely.
Okay. The top story for all of Go Nintendo this week, at least on GoNintendo.com, was a story about Conan O'Brien. Fan of the show.
I think I read that story.
So this came to me from Nintendo, by the way.
Does it have
I know
anything to do
Nintendo.
with,
I was thinking that.
What was Conan? Wasn't
Kojima?
there something going on with Conan O'Brien?
We did. I desperately tried to get some kind of interview with him.
Oh, because of Paddington.
Yes, and
That's
I
what it was.
literally.
By the
because
way,
his
I
team
forgot.
emails me all the time, and it's not like a blanket email to a whole bunch of people. It's a specific person on the team that talks to me like I'm a person, and they're like, "Here's something we think you would like about Conan that you might want to share." And I go, "Yes, I'm happy to share. Can I please talk to Conan?" So this week I was like, this is literally the most popular story on our site right now. Can I please, in some way, talk to Conan for 5 minutes or something? We'll see what happens.
He's
I don't know.
busy.
He's busy. And he's not. What is his show's canceled? He's doing an HBO show.
What? It's canceled?
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
kicked
I
him
honestly
off
don't
the
know.
Tonight Show when Jay Leno came.
That was a
that
while
was
ago.
decades
What
Though.
about his
ago.
own show? Team Coco. What happened to Team Coco?
See, this is the great thing about you, because now I don't know if you're being serious. Or
I
not.
am. I don't
Conan's
have
show
TBS.
has been over. Yeah, he's done.
Well, he did a great job on Murderville.
He did do a great job. He's doing a new show for HBO Max, but it hasn't started yet.
What's it called?
Uh,
Is it just a talk show?
Coco Gijo. No, it's like more of his remote segments.
I like how Nicky Hill's like 5 years at least behind the times, and he's still like,
Right?
what? He doesn't have time for you. Are you kidding?
He's busy. Well,
He's a busy guy.
I thought.
I've been keeping up with him. He's a busy guy. What's he doing? His show's canceled.
I didn't know his show was canceled. So yes, in my mind, in all the chaos in this thing up here, he's a busy guy.
Nicky Hill doesn't stay up late enough to know
That's
that
right.
he hasn't
I
been
have
on
to be in bed
TV.
early. My parents want me in bed by 9 o'clock.
All right, so let me tell you the Conan story. This came from Nintendo, by the way, and Nintendo wanted to be here today, but she couldn't. But she will be a regular part of the show going forward, I promise, and I think in person. But anyway, she listens to Conan's podcast, whatever it's called.
We don't need to
I
start
don't care.
promoting other people's podcasts.
Yeah,
here.
right? Who gives a crap about other podcasts? So
Wouldn't it
she
be
messaged me
amazing
and she's like,
if Conan has you on his podcast, but he won't even talk to you about this one.
she told me you got to listen to Conan's new podcast because there's a bit on there about Nintendo. So what happened was Conan and the two co-hosts of the show were talking, and they were saying how Conan is so out of touch with modern technology, just like in every way, shape, and form. But he's been using Zoom for work because people haven't been meeting in person. So he was on Zoom and he's meeting with a whole bunch of other staff to plan things out. And he saw one of the staffers in their like little window on Zoom. And
I'm sorry, are you saying
Zoom.
Zoom, not Zoom, not the Microsoft.
No, they're not
Media
using
Player.
them. That's how behind
He really
technology
is
Conan
behind the times, yeah.
So Conan on Zoom saw someone's little window. It was like, wow, they got a really nice living room.
Wow.
So he messaged them and was like, you got a really like funky like thing going on in your living room. It's really nice. I really like it. She had a fake backdrop from Animal Crossing. It was her Animal Crossing house that she put behind her, and Conan thought it was real. And the co-host is like, the best part about this is, like, this is a very cartoony game. It's
It's not even
doesn't look
remotely realistic.
in any
He's-
way.
Yeah.
And he's like, listen, I thought it was an Etsy thing. I thought she bought a whole bunch of cool things there. And I was like, wow, look at how funky this room is. But
That's
it
why he's
wasn't Animal
the
Crossing.
that's why he's the clueless gamer.
That's right. He's the clueless game. He played Death Stranding, by the way, for one of those
Oh,
clueless
did he?
gamer
Well,
segments.
of course, because he's in it.
That's just more
Or
proof
is that a
that we're all
spoiler?
living in a simulation, and he just didn't
Yep,
know
that's
what's
true.
real and what's fake.
Know what I mean?
Well, I like how he was even in and played a game with like top of the line quote realistic graphics, and then he sees this Animal Crossing background, and he's
Yep.
like, "Looks great, real life."
Yeah, and he was like, come on, it was a small window. It's believable that this happened. And they're like, no, not at all.
In his defense, I can't guarantee. I don't have proof, but I can speak with a lot of confidence, or whatever, however you would say
Then
it.
do it.
I can
there's-
speak with a lot of confidence, however you would say
or
that.
whatever.
But however you would say it, I'm sure there's somebody out there who has made who's made real life furniture and
Yes, I would
things
agree.
that look like Animal Crossing, that look like
Yes, I'm sure. But
It's
not
Conan
like
would have to
he-
know what Animal Crossing is
Yeah,
first
and it's not
before
like
any
he
of that
said,
happened.
Hey, look, great video game motif you've got going on, or something. It was.
He was like, I like your living room.
I can't,
It's eclectic.
I could see him
the
being
shading
like,
is really good in the game.
I could see him saying something like, "Oh, are you in like the baby's room or something?" Maybe, but like
You
even,
baby.
But I'd have to see the background. I'm sure it would.
I
Doesn't
made a
look
fake
real.
picture that I'm very proud of, by the way, because I did not make it in paint, so it was a labor. But I'd say my picture is pretty good. Come on, that's a good
That
picture.
looks awesome.
That's a good picture. I'm very proud of that. So thank you to Nintendo for that story, and also thank you to you guys because you read that story more than any other story on GoNintendo this week. Even the person on social
us.
media who said, "Who cares?" That was the first comment on the story. Who cares? And then I find out it's the most popular one. Now I have something else.
Who cares?
We also have the most popular story for GoNintendo as far as social media goes. Mom Brain knows this one, so she can't say. We have
That's
a story on GoNintendo's Twitter. Oh God, yeah, the Twinkle one.
Nice one, Nikki Hill.
Well, I'm not reading a comment from Twitter, but it's about Twitter. I gotta stop it. You didn't.
The Tweagle.
This I really thought you were gonna do it again.
I thought so.
This story. We're back. We're definitely back. This story in 12 hours worth of time. I haven't checked it today, but 12 hours worth of
That's
time
half of a day.
got over 300,000 impressions. Thank you. What do you think the story was? I will tell you it was about Zelda. Zelda.
Maze.
Is it about Breath of the Wild?
How about
2?
I say a great guess? Great guess. But no, go ahead.
No.
You're going to do something over there.
Thank you.
Okay, it is about a specific character.
Tingle.
Yes.
I just
Oh.
wonder what Ganon
It was
does.
about Tingle.
You know
Tingle
what, I-
being
I
in
read
future
it already,
games,
so I'm
future-
describing
Also,
it.
special huge shout out to Naruki. I don't know where Naruki lives, but they speak Japanese fluently and read it fluently. If you read things fluently.
They readed it. That's what I
he
thought.
said.
No,
And they readed it for us.
And they readed it. And
They were
translated
right
it.
back with me as soon as the site came back. They've sent me tips all the time, and now that the site's back, they sent me a tip right away, and they gave me the translation for this. So I'm honored because it became a big story for us. It was the creator of Tingle. I would gladly tell you his name if I could remember it. I want to say it's
Tom Engel.
Takamura. Tom Engel. Here we go. Okay. The creator's name is Takaya Imamura. He doesn't work at Nintendo anymore. He hasn't been there for a while, but he is the creator of Tingle. And he said his original goal when creating Tingle was to make something creepy and cute. And he says, now, after reflecting, I think I've just made something creepy.
Yeah.
And he said, so I missed the mark on that a little bit, but he says, I hope Nintendo can still find a way to work Tingle into their games in the future, whether it's through, he didn't say any of that, but like, do you give him a revamp? Do you give him a makeover?
Do you pay royalties?
Do you go creepier?
Lock the door and turn the lights down.
There we go. No, because when you're making that under Nintendo's,
it's theirs
while you're working. Yes. So,
well, that's great in a way for Tingle fans out there, because you see how many people were impressed by that story, if impressions or whatever it's called. So that, I mean, whether you love them or you hate them, Tingle is a big deal.
Brings in a strong reaction,
and I feel like they should add more Tingle in the future.
I was going to say, the vast majority on Twitter were people saying he's very creepy and I'm scared of him. Some people were saying I love him and I want him back, but it was like, I would say 70-30 people hating to loving.
That's why we're obsessed with horror movies as humans. You know, we watch things that are, we slow down for car accidents, and we, weird things like amuse us or just like draw us in, whether we like it or not.
I mean, look at Gilbert Godfrey. He's been popular forever. And how weird is that guy?
Say there's whole YouTube channels and TikTok pages and stuff built off of like cringe things and just things,
Yeah, that was on Reddit the other day. Somebody was like, this is real cringe, the kind of cringe that makes like shivers go down your spine. And it was a scene from
I
saw
that.
The nerd one, the nerd game show, whatever that was. What was that called?
I don't remember.
It's on TBS, the show about all the nerds. King of the Nerds?
Maybe. I mean,
oh yeah.
And it was. I remember that moment.
Either we're right or we just came up with a name for a new show.
King of the Nerds? D says hi on the Tingle story. Says, I always dealt with that by waiting for Tingle to float as high as possible and then shooting his balloon with an arrow in Majora's Mask. So trying to kill him, basically. But yes, Tingle has always brought about strong reactions. And now the creator hopes that he can live on, even though he feels he's created something more creepy than cute, which I say is correct. I love Tingle, but I've never looked at him and been like, what a cute little guy. He's a weirdo. He's a real weirdo. Now, cute Tingle is Link in Breath of the Wild wearing the Tingle costume. That's a cute Tingle.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't be so creepy if he didn't look so old.
That's true.
If he didn't look like a middle-aged man.
Say those weird things that he says.
He says a lot of weird stuff. I think he, in Wind Waker, when you find him in that cell, I think he's in the prison cell for a reason.
Spoiler
alert. Just leave him there.
Something is looming.
Hi, Laxter. Tingleberries. Yes, I see Nader Die. You're saying King of the Nerds in there. Sorry, we forgot that, but we remembered it. All right, time for a surprise, Mom Brain. Are you going to set this up?
Yeah, I mean,
this is something completely unrelated to the podcast, which makes it perfect for the podcast because that's usually what we do. We go off on tangents.
I would like to be able to pass it around and let everybody take their own, so that like I don't have to touch everybody's.
Don't touch. Is it cake?
I wish. All right. So, I mean, I don't know how much context you want to give, Rami. I'll let you.
Oh, you want me to start? All my life, I've thought that foods tasted bad, except for select foods. And I just thought I was a weirdo, which I am a weirdo. But last year, I found out that there's something called a super taster. And I laughed because I thought it was a fake thing. It's a real thing.
Oh, you're a super taster.
A super taster is someone who has who tastes things in very intense ways, very strongly. And I found out just a few days ago that there is a way to test if you're a super taster. And I looked on Amazon and I found the thing, and I was like, "We're doing it." So Mom Brain gave me the test, and I'm very honored to say that I am a dominant super taster.
So
confirmed.
I mean, like,
dominate.
I wouldn't put it past. Like, I'd expect that of you. That, like,
oh, thank you. That's very nice.
The guy that doesn't eat anything or do anything, tastes everything to the extreme, and we're all over here with like no taste buds left, and we're just like scraping to get
He's a
by.
dom.
So, just so you know that
Colta is killing it with the gifts.
Oh, I've been
Yeah.
thinking about that guy. To say he said
That top
intense
note?
way.
That's
He said
sweetness.
somebody who tastes something in
Cover all
an intense way. That's all I
9,000
thought
tastes.
of.
Oh, that's good.
Congratulations, says the
Colta,
geese
you're.
effect.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you.
No, we're having.
I
a
was
lot of
gone
fun
for a
with
year
this.
because I was training to become a super.
that's it with the golden spoon.
Oh,
Can you
man.
train for this?
Oh,
but-
Grantimus says, I
No.
think I'm a super taster. Well, there's a way to find.
Okay, Mom Brain, sorry. We're
Alien Tom says, I like drinks, quoting me, which is
True.
on the podcast. I do love drinks.
that's why all of us lowly tasters are like, I
Ooh,
love
drinks.
LaCroix.
Oh,
Ooh,
man, I missed
like
you
my
guys.
seltzer
Super
water.
tasters and simple
Oh.
tasters. So there,
Dominant super
Yeah,
taster. Thank you.
you know, you can use this to figure out like genetically, like what's dominant
Genetic
and what's recessive. in your-
superiority.
So, but the general idea is about
hot in here?
70% of the US population can taste one of the tastes that I'm going to give you. And the ability to taste this is due to two different sets of alleles, say genetics. I mean, I guess you don't really need to know any more than that. So I'm going to give you 4 different strips, and each one either has a taste or no taste. And everyone may taste something different. Like it's not like a specific taste. It's a chemical compound that reacts with, your tongue.
And
I
you
guess could
are
say.
allowed to taste the inside of your partner's mouth.
That's correct.
To get just an extra.
Oh, sorry. What?
It's part of the test.
So-
just do it.
Here's what you can't do.
How are we partnering up here?
Eyes open the whole time.
Oh.
Oh,
Here's
man.
what you can't do.
Well, hold on. First things first. If one of you guys or any of you guys don't want to participate in this, you don't have to.
I'm all in.
All right, we got one. Kirby,
Okay.
I
a confident yes from Kirby.
He still thinks that we have to taste the inside of each other's mouths. That's why
It's
he's so
just like we
reluctant.
do off the podcast, but now other people can say.
Mhm.
No, it's not-
Do are you in? Are you doing
I'm
it?
afraid I know the outcome for me, but I'm definitely in. Anyway.
Oh, we got a 3 for 3.
Okay, so you'll get 4 different strips. You hold the strip on your tongue for 5 seconds.
Or if you're a super taster, dominantly like myself, you would need less than a second for each one.
I know dominance sounds really awesome, but I think it might be a bad thing because he doesn't eat a lot. He doesn't like a lot of flavors.
Hold on. I consider
I
it bad,
know.
yes.
that's
but
what I'm
at
saying.
least-
Like all of us whatever you call the
low-hanging
loser,
fruit.
the loser buds down here. we enjoy our flavored seltzers because it's like, oh, it's a little flavor, and he's just like, oh, it tastes like a bunch of air, nothing.
tastes like
tree
sap.
All
All right, well-
it's nice to be
Listen, I would rather. This is
tastelarly oblivious. Like, what's the other term?
this is the cross I've been made to bear that I'm a super taster.
So here's what you can't do. You can't look at the tube.
Oh,
Okay, like at what's written on the tube, because
We
I don't want to have to
wanna
like
know.
pull out everybody's strip and like touch it for everybody. So
place it on my tongue.
that's right, like communion.
I mean, you guys could share strips too. One
Ew,
one
that's
half and one the
disgusting.
other
There's
half.
plenty of strips for all of us
Kirby,
to
you wanna-
not have to French kiss.
You want
right?
you want a Lady in the Tramp this one?
I just want to stress again for all the newcomers, this is a Nintendo related podcast. We'll be all news next week.
This
Spoiler
one tastes
alert.
like Mario.
All right,
I was
so I'm
say,
gonna.
spoiler alert, they all
So don't look at the writing.
Mamma
just
mia!
take a strip.
What flavor?
is it open? It's open.
Yeah. Well, you don't. I mean, you can.
This is Lon milk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was gonna say.
Oh, Thrillmo. That's a real close up there.
tastes like a
Oh, you guys are good.
tastes like a Switch game cartridge.
Oh
I have
my
two.
god.
This one?
Oh,
I'll take
speaking,
the one.
here's a little story I can tell you about this. The podcast
Kirby, I'll
disappeared
take it
from
when you're
iTunes
done.
a year ago, and I didn't know why. Turns out we weren't marked explicit, and we should have been. And Apple got mad, and I was like, "Are we really?" And then
We
I
say
listened to like
shovel.
one episode, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess we should." Be.
We say shovel.
All right, so you can try this one.
Hold on, before we all do this, let's just preface this with saying we have all had Shamrock Shakes already. Like
I have
within,
not.
just over an hour. Have you done this yet? You haven't done
Yeah,
this?
I did it.
She did it.
Yeah, my
Um,
tongue's probably
She
coated in
has the
sugar.
beginnings of super taster status,
should
but
we,
she is
like, rinse
not
our
a
mouths
super
with
taster.
water?
No,
Just
you're
to
fine.
no,
Just do it.
no,
Just do it.
just go
Just do
in.
it. Just
Do
put
it.
it on your
Just
tongue.
do it.
We're
Just
wait a
do
minute.
it.
Wait a minute. Are
Just
they
do it.
all doing same?
I'm doing. Yeah.
Do we
So
suck on
same
it?
order for all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have that millionaire music on here?
Oh, there's no-
And do we have a
How do we do
spit
this?
bowl, or do we just eat these?
I mean, you just don't eat it, but
There's
just
a
put it
garbage
on your
can right
tongue
here.
and then.
You could
Should
eat
I
it.
use that garbage can?
Please taste your strip when the music starts.
Oh, hold on, I can't.
This is
it's
crazy. There's no
somewhere.
smell or anything.
No,
How do they
there's
do
no
that?
You're
smell.
probably not going to taste anything either.
I eated the purple berries.
I mean, shouldn't it be under?
I don't know. Whatever. If you
Intros
guys
and-
want
I
to, she'll
mean,
find it
it was
Does the
eventually.
whole slip taste like something, or just like one end?
Yeah, no, the whole,
the whole
thing.
thing.
Oh,
You
yeah?
Just put it on your tongue.
I mean, the rest of the slips in that tube are just going to taste like my fingers because.
Here you go. Yes, go.
Dirty
Go.
hands.
Taste your strip. For those only listening, Nikki Hill, Kirby, and Dew Michaels are tasting their strips. Kirby put the whole strip in his
You
mouth.
can
I want to
just
point
lick
that
it.
out. Nikki Hill, I don't know what he did. The whole strip as
Yeah.
well. Okay.
We didn't get any instruction otherwise.
I thought the instruction
5
was
seconds,
clear.
right? I didn't
yeah, you
get
just
it.
hold it on your tongue for 5 seconds.
Okay. Now, are they saying answers out loud or
What do
keeping
you
it to
think?
themselves?
No,
I
you're
think
not
no.
But you're not going to remember.
Can
the
you?
time-
You all got phones. Write a note on your phone. Number 1, what you tasted.
I don't need to write anything.
Okay. Mine
Okay.
was no hints. No hints.
So everybody's.
Strip 1 has been
Strip one.
tasted and I think consumed by some people.
I'll
right.
I'll give you my results in maybe a day and a half.
Tomorrow. That's the Patreon podcast.
Here comes strip number 2.
Strip number 2.
Tastes much
Please do
different
not
now.
read the strip.
Passing it around.
Do not read the strip.
Everyone's going to taste like McDonald's French fries after I touch these.
Nikki Hill, did you put the whole strip in your mouth or no?
I did.
Okay.
I didn't at first, but then I did. Because the thing is
I'm hungry.
there's a lot of taste buds. There's different flavor centers.
Cover all 9,000 taste buds.
That's right.
All right,
that's what I
everyone.
didn't do. I didn't take in air.
That sweetness, that top note. Everybody has strip 2. Please consume your strip. They have all tasted the strip. Nikki Hill looks confused. Kirby is confident, and Dew
Make a
is slightly afraid, I believe.
I'm terrified. I feel like tingles in my mouth. That's how creeped out I am.
Tanuki Tony says you are watching the GoNintendo podcast. Our sponsor's going to be
This
like,
is
what
freaking
did we sign up for? Is everyone confident in what they are writing down for their second strip?
Yup.
All right.
All right.
Kirby, yes, you're okay?
Oh, I didn't write anything down.
There's nothing
mean,
to write
you-
down.
He's just
I'm-
here to eat.
I mean, it's up to you. You don't have.
I mean, yeah,
These aren't so
Well,
bad.
it's only 4 strips. I'm sure you can remember stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure, yeah.
Don't
plenty of
say
room
don't
for
say
dinner.
anything. Don't
Here
say
comes
anything.
strip number 3.
Strip number 3. We are halfway through the test. This will be the 75% mark. When was the last time you guys took a test? Are you feeling the pressures of test taking?
a little bit. Yeah.
Oh,
I think the last time I took a test was a super taster test, I believe.
really?
I think it might have been.
Wow.
That's why I said I'm afraid I know the answer of my own tongue, but
Well, maybe you
It's
have,
fun.
maybe your tongue has, I was going to say improved, but I guess it would be worsened
Well-
since then.
well, when I reveal I don't want to give anything away, but when I reveal what I've tasted so far, I think
No. Don't say anything.
all right.
Also, I want to take another moment to say the Discord chat is finding, I think, every licking and tasting GIF ever in existence on Google, and it's amazing. Freddie Fro says, I knew the return podcast would be emotional, but I didn't know there'd be stripping involved. Well, let's get ready. You don't know what's coming after that. It's like a party
All
in
right,
my mouth.
so
and every chemical strip is invited, says Slider62.
Strip number 3.
Strip number 3 has been distributed. The music is playing. Please assault your tongue. Oh, we had a definite reaction from Dew Michaels. Oh, Kirby looked at Dew because he is confused. Still confident. Nikki Hill, I don't know. Oh, Nikki Hill had a visceral reaction. Visceral. Mom Brain, is this the
Is that what
same
they
one
sound like?
you gave me? We can play 2
No.
sound clips at once.
It's not the same thing.
The reason I made a face is because I had 2 strips by mistake instead
Oh.
of 1. And when I put it in my mouth, it split into 2, and I was like, how did that happen? So that's why I was.
All right.
Here
this
comes
is it.
strip number
The
4.
final
That
strip.
one.
Hey, that's enough. No hints. Don't yuck somebody's yum.
4th
Fourth strip. 4th strip. Now remember, at the end of this, we are saying what Nintendo character each strip tastes.
Does anyone else have a mind over matter headache? Any participants?
Mind over matter.
Same thing
Mind over
happened.
mind.
Same thing happened. I want to say the first time I did this test, I was putting these papers in my mouth and I got a headache, and I was like, "Is this a
Really?
real headache, or
Wow.
is
Well,
this like a
maybe-
It's
mind
the
over
stress
matter?"
of test taking.
Maybe it is.
Or maybe like one of these tastes
Did
like
you-
triggers a headache for you.
Yeah, did you experience any confusion?
Yeah, is this
Not-
Taki
not
level?
Taki confusion. No.
Now, did we talk about that on the
This is
podcast?
4.
Do Michaels found out that
Uh-huh.
Takis apparently can give people confusion
Yeah,
if they eat
we
too
must
much.
have talked about this at least once.
I don't remember.
I'm sure we must have.
All right, strip number 4. Everybody have one?
Not yet.
Just a sec. I'm trying
Kirby's fumbling. He's very nervous.
Well, these two are stuck
These are hard to
together.
get out. There's
So
something.
I have
up
a
with
feeling
these.
my strip's
That's what good
gonna-
waffles do.
My next strip is going to taste like Kirby's fingers.
All right,
right.
strip number 4.
Final strip. Please lick that strip. Lick it. That's enough. I can actually put this in my mouth, is what you were going to say. Oh. That top note. That sweetness. Please make sure to cover all 9,000 taste buds. I don't think the pot talked about pot.
Not gonna lie, I'm sweating a little bit.
All right, is everybody good?
I'm good.
All right.
We have the results. All right, now how are we doing this? We'll say strip 1. They say, I thought this. I thought this.
Okay.
And then you say that.
So strip 1. What everybody think? We'll start with Nikki and we'll just
I didn't taste anything.
Strip 1 was a nothing.
I don't think
Kirby?
I didn't taste anything either.
It's not gonna happen.
Just paper. To me, it tasted like paper.
it tasted like paper.
Yeah, strip 1 was the control strip.
Okay, cool.
Congratulations,
We did
guys.
it,
You got the
guys.
control.
I don't like this.
Strip 2. What did everybody taste?
It tasted like the first one tasted like paper to me. The second one tasted like a manila folder. So it was like a different kind of paper. Or
Okay.
maybe cardboard.
Man, look
Okay,
at
go
his
on. Yeah,
eyes.
Nikki
He's
Hill's eyes
crying.
are
I don't like number
watering.
4.
All right, Kirby, number 4? Or I'm sorry, number 2?
I got to be honest. Numbers 2 and 3 also tasted like nothing to me.
Okay, we have 3 papers.
Two was paper.
I
Two
had a
tasted
small
like paper.
taste on 2, but I don't know what to name.
Okay.
Number 3?
So wait, 2 was sodium benzoate.
Oh, so we're not getting like flavors. We're getting chemicals.
Number 2 was banana. It'll tell you what you're supposed to taste if you're a super taster.
Well, I mean, some of them can taste different to,
Yes.
to different people.
Yeah, but paper is not one of the tastes.
And if you want me to tell you what
Well, sodium benzoate was not going to be the thing that I say
No,
it
she'll
tasted
tell
like.
you like what it means.
sodium
okay,
benzoate.
It's the same thing they put in manila envelopes.
That's what keeps them together.
So it'll
Number
tell
2
you,
tasted
it'll
like
it'll
my
indicate what
taxes.
kinds of like where your genetics are based on whether or not you could taste it.
That's what's going
Um,
to scare me.
But they can either be tasteless, sweet, salty, or even bitter, depending on the individual.
so slightly bitter.
Okay.
Slightly bitter, paper.
Number 3. What did everybody say about number 3?
I don't have like actual flavors other than just like 3 was nastier than 2,
So would you say bitter?
more bitter. It,
Okay.
it tasted like a Switch cartridge. Let's say that.
Okay, there you go. Something everybody can relate to.
There
See,
you
this
go.
is Nintendo related.
There you go.
Yeah.
Number 3, we already know from Kirby. Tastes like paper.
Paper.
3, okay.
Wow.
Okay, we
So
maybe-
3 was PTC,
Also known as dog feces.
and that can be tasted by approximately 70% of the population. And it's bitter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Canadian Rambo says it's a spicy paper.
You
know,
spicy.
I had like a for some reason like I had like a feeling almost like a it wasn't really like a jalapeno or something, but it was like a little tang back there. That's what
We dropped that one on the floor. All right, number 4.
And number 4, what did we think?
Nikki
that
Hill,
was
please.
very bitter. That's all I can say. Like it's not.
Nikki Hill had a really
It
strong
was.
reaction.
It was
to
like
number 4.
it was like a Bernie Bott's flavored.
His
Gum-
eyes are
gumdrop.
still watering.
Yeah,
like
I could feel it back here. I don't like it. I want and we close the door. I can't run for water. I don't like it.
Kirby, number 4.
Number 4 was the only one where I definitely tasted something. It reminded me of I don't know, maybe like some kind of a vegetable, like rotting vegetables or something.
Okay. Rotting vegetables. Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Kirby on this. Maybe not necessarily rotting vegetables, but it's the only one where I tasted a slight something. It was very slight. It was almost like peppery or bitter, very bitter. But again, so slight that if I wasn't really paying attention, I would have just been like, "This is paper."
And not very strong.
And I currently, it's been a minute plus. I still feel like I want to throw up.
So Kirby and Dew, we would say not super tasters.
Well, here's what I'll tell you.
Okay.
So that last taste was Theourea. And that's so the ability to taste that is genetically linked to PTC because they're similar chemicals, but it doesn't mean you'll have the same reaction to both. They're not identical, so some people may taste the PTC but not the Theourea or vice versa.
Okay.
So a normal taster can't determine the difference between the substances or might assume that the control paper is something that it's not. So I would say
normies, as they call them.
A standard super taster can taste the PTC, which was
down with PTC?
Which was the third one. So a standard super taster can taste the third one and determine the difference between PTC and the control. If they can not taste PTC, then they're not a super taster. So if you didn't taste PTC, which was number 3, then you're not a super taster.
Sorry, Kirby. Sorry, Dew. I apologize.
Don't be sorry. Again, it sounds like being a super taster is not
super
ideal.
Has never. Would you like?
You don't like to eat really great foods because of your tongue. So,
let's continue.
Take the normal taster.
Let's hear the rest of it.
I was trying to think of a way to phrase it in your super joke, and I couldn't do it because I'm having a brain fog.
Okay.
A recessive super taster can taste everything except for the sodium benzoate. So you could taste everything except number 2. So if you had all the other ones but not number 2, you're a recessive super taster. And a dominant super taster can taste all of them and doesn't taste anything on the control.
Okay.
So Nikki Hill is, I would say, a super taster.
And there's a lot of really great foods that I like.
A super taster!
So, super taster!
Now, I have a question.
So it's not because you taste everything so exquisitely or whatever. You just still have the taste buds of a 4-year-old.
Like, when I eat things, your number 4 is what a lot of it tastes like to me. And I wanted to ask you, Mom Brain, was his number 4 the same as my number 1?
Hold on.
Because number 1,
I'm sending
I put
you guys
in my
the
mouth
result
for half
paper
a second.
so
I was
you
like,
know.
no.
But number 1 is a control.
Okay.
There's nothing there.
No, there's different orders you can
So
do
the
them
one
in.
that
I had a
Nikki
different
went
order than
nuts
you guys
over, is that what you're saying?
did. Yeah, the one that his eyes watered.
Was your number 2.
Oh, my number 1 was the worst one.
But here's the thing.
The thing
It
is,
could be different because what I told RMC was our number 1 was the really bitter one. And so it may have been that bitter taste was like stuck in your mouth and it influenced your other tastes. So I picked the order that put that one towards the end so that it didn't like taint your buds.
Well, guys,
that was fun.
Thank you for taking that test. That was fun. I don't know if it was fun to listen to. I would hope it would be fun to listen to. I tried to narrate it, but thank you, Mom Rain, for administering the test. I greatly appreciate that as well.
My pleasure.
And again, Nikki Hill, congratulations.
Can I get a 2 before?
Why would you say that?
So I don't have to keep getting COVID tested?
Yeah, right.
I've never seen.
Next week, we're making you put 10 of them in your mouth.
I'm going to go wash my mouth out.
All right. Well, this is the perfect time for us to transition to something else. Instead of doing news, which we will get back to next week, let's do something actually Nintendo related and talk about things that we've played. Obviously, it's been a long time, but I'm sure there are things that we played that you want to talk about.
Did you know you can win money just for playing Tetris?
Thank you, Josh.
$5,000 is on the line tonight in Tetris Prime Time.
Thank you, Josh.
All right. Well, Nikki Hill's up. I got pee. It's normal podcast.
He's getting a drink.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
and I got a pee. So maybe we can help each other out.
Obviously, we don't have a like super amount of time, but are there games you've played that you want to talk about? I know you have a giant list.
I've got every game I've played since we've gone off the air. So I won't even talk about last year's games. I'll just talk about what I've been playing recently. How about that?
Sure.
So
I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, this year played a little bit of Fortnite with the boys. Still, that's been nice.
Fortnite with the boys.
Keeping that going. We tried Halo out for a while, so we were kind of like 50-50 on the Halo Fortnite, but then we kind of fell out of
keep
Halo.
it 55th.
We tried to keep it 55th, but we fell out of Halo. It's not it's still a fun game. It's intense, but there's something about Fortnite where you can kind of relax and hang out with your friends and goof off and still play a video game.
Yeah.
And with Halo, you just got to be on 24/7 and like you die a lot. And
there's no downtime for conversations, at least the stupid conversations where we want to have in Halo. Halo's a very like kinetic game where you're constantly like have to pay attention and you're only talking about what's going on. Whereas Fortnite is very passive. Like there's moments of action, but other times we're talking about like stupid movie stuff and
the dumbest stuff ever.
Right. Would you say that
usually those
has something to do with like the size of the playing field?
Yeah, definitely, because Halo Infinite specifically doesn't have big sprawling maps anywhere near the size of Fortnite. So everybody, and it's like timed to, so like everybody's rushing for the same objective to do the same thing. So it's like capture the flag or big team battle or whatever it's called. And so you're all doing that, and you just die and you restart, and you die and you restart. But in Fortnite,
spawning, I think that makes it too. You're constantly spawning.
In Fortnite, it's like, let's go to a corner of the map we know will be quiet. We'll wander around and pick up some stuff. We'll hop in a car. We'll drive over here and see if there's any action, and follow where the circle is. You got the soundboard over there. And while you're doing all that, we're talking about really stupid stuff, which is what makes Fortnite that much better for us.
And sometimes when we aren't paying attention to the game, when we get into a conversation of literally the dumbest stuff, we'll find that we're like one of two teams left or something, and then we win. And it's like, it's like we literally paid no attention at all, and we're the winners.
That's usually what happens, or either that, or we're caught up in a conversation about something stupid, and then like three teams descend on us, and we're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
and we're dead. But yeah, I think that's, especially during the pandemic, that's what made us enjoy Fortnite so much. Just having that to play, which is still tons of fun, but it's such a passive thing that you can just BS with the people you're playing with and enjoy that too. So yeah, Fortnite, man, still fun, still great,
still fun,
still got
because of friends, I'd say.
I fight for my friends. I'll do the soundboard.
Played Death's Door on the Switch, which was excellent. I don't know who to recommend the game for. I want to say for everybody, but like it's a really great game, a lot of fun.
What is that one?
Cool atmosphere.
You're a little penguin.
You're like a crow
yeah.
with like a sword. I mean, sounds so dumb, but it's really, really great. The music's excellent.
Like I honestly do not know what's available for the Switch because we haven't been doing the podcast.
There was no way to find out. Yeah.
Well, you're back now, baby, and you're going to start playing some
You know
good
what?
stuff.
We should do that. We should give you the European releases just for the hell of it.
Nice.
But after this, of course.
Well, I've got 8 million more to go. So I played Grease finally on the Switch.
Starring John Travolta.
Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Hey, Andrew, why don't you come play my game? That's best. That's all I got.
A wonderful experience.
Yeah, Nintendo.
I recommend. Now, Grease is a game I recommend to literally everyone.
Like
people who've never touched a video game controller before, or people who like, man, they're quick.
The chat is quick.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yes, of course. It's beautiful.
Are you messing with me? You're the one who's been trying to get me to play it for like 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, that was 3 years ago. So excuse the lapse.
Fair enough. All right, fair. I played. Some people might know this. I played Earthbound recently, and that was a really fun experience. Mostly because I was playing it with RMC at my side. But
man, it's gonna make me cry. Just coming back. Getting back into the swing things and having that idea and you being like, yeah, let's do it. It was so much fun. Like that is going to be a memory I keep for a really long time. Like just like I was like, dude's coming over today and we're going to play Earthbound. This is going to be fun. And we just sat there and BS'd and played Earthbound for 3 or 4 hours. I shouldn't say we played, you played. And I told you the wrong thing to do most of the time.
No, the right things to do. It was
man,
great.
was that fun. Holy.
It was, not only was it great to finally play this game that we, that I'd heard about, throughout the ages and all that kind of thing. Plus, I don't play or haven't played a lot of Super Nintendo games, so it's a treat for me to get to do that. But on top of it all, like you said, RMC, it was a thing. It was like, made me feel kind of childlike again to go over to your friend's house to play video games together and to have an ongoing game with a story like that to play together was a lot of fun. Because those games, they're fun when you're playing them alone, but it's great to experience the story and everything that happens in it with somebody too.
I mean, that's a part of the reason why I love Nintendo so much, because they're big on shared experiences. They have a lot of local multiplayer in their games when companies weren't doing a lot of that and still don't do it a lot now. And those shared experiences make every game better, in my opinion. Having friends to play it with, I would prefer in person than online, but either way, I'll take it because it makes it that much more fun and memorable.
Yeah, but I do wish that they would make some of those local multiplayer games multiplayerable online.
We're having a really nice conversation here, and then you got to be Mr. Internet.
Well, we live far away.
In a perfect world, Nikki, every game would be multiplayer in the room or over the internet, obviously. But
in the room over the internet.
This was just great, to play it. With friends in the same room.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even that is something that we don't really do very often.
Kirby dropped in for a few of those.
That's true.
Also, for those who don't know, I don't think you specifically said it, but we recorded that entire playthrough. So literally, Dew's whole playthrough of Earthbound is available on Patreon. There's how many episodes? I don't know, 20 something.
Yeah, almost 30.
But yeah, it's the whole playthrough start to finish. It's not us on camera, it is gameplay footage, but it is us on mic. We are talking to each other while we're playing the game. Yeah, it's on the Patreon. Am I going to release that outside of Patreon? It's so unedited and Eddie Murphy raw that I don't know if I want to put it just out on the YouTube channel. Let's put it this way. I never tell people you have to go to the Patreon to see something. That whole series lives on Patreon. Our Patreon is $1 and you get everything. But if you really don't feel like paying the $1, I get it. That's fine. Just email me and I will give you a link to the stuff. So I don't want anybody to feel like they have to pay to get it. Because it was great, man. It was really great.
Yeah,
and now people are asking, what's the next one? Should we stick with an RPG?
I don't know. I don't think
for $1.
To.
Thank you, Billy.
I don't think we have to stick to an RPG. I think it was great doing the RPG thing. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind doing that again. But
we have patron recommendations as well. So there's stuff to pick from. There were good picks in there too. We'll have to go over it. But I mean, as long as you're down, I'm very eager to do that again.
Yeah, I'm down. We did record. I did play Another World, and we did that with Nikki Hill. It was the same setup.
Yes,
I was playing, but that one didn't go so well. That one, Mike Aruba did me dirty in that one. But I was also in a really bad mood. So that one I don't think is going to see the light of day, but know that I played the game, and cinematic platformers I think aren't really my style.
You underestimate the power of the dark side.
I was waiting for the Reggie one on that. The game is not fun.
It's a little too on the nose. Can we
yeah.
just take a moment to note that Nikki Hill is still suffering from the strip? Like he's still having a hard time.
I believe it.
I don't feel good.
It's like he ate a ghost pepper.
And water doesn't help, right?
Go take some Shamrock Shake.
I'm gonna need some milk.
You should probably eat a lot of the other strips.
Yeah, the other 3.
Yeah, that Another World, Out of This World episode. I mean, it still lives on my computer. I have not uploaded it anywhere. I mean, we can let some time pass, and I'll Google Drive it to you, and you can watch it and see if you want it to be posted. But I figured it was just dead.
Well, look, I don't want it to be. It's up to you, because I don't care if it goes out there, but people might think that I'm like a horrible, horrible man who hates life. because I remember having trouble with that game, just playing it and then complaining about it and even beating it and being upset. So
you and I and Nikki Hill will revisit that another time. Not the game, but the video.
Yeah. So I already knew that cinematic platformers weren't my genre, but this one, I know this is like one of the granddaddies of it. I think it's good that I experienced it.
I don't mean to.
But I must say, you know, mad props to you and your mom, RMC, for beating this game when you were a kid. Like, unbelievable.
Well, yeah, the fact that
stick-to-itiveness.
The fact that you had to keep renting it week after week after week, and the game is only 15, 20 minutes long is impressive.
I mean, it's that long when you know what you're doing, which we didn't know what we were doing.
Right, but to spend week after week after week in the same 3-minute segment is like maddening.
Wait, that underwater section where you have to break the wall and run through, and then the caves with the bats and everything. We took at least a week to figure out the order of just to do that stuff to get back up top. It was
guys. The Keys Effect says, I give Do a lot of credit. He's branching out, which is very Undo-like.
It is. Thank you. It is Undo.
Very
I will
nice.
say, and I hope you
Very
take it
nice.
as a compliment because I mean it. Do has, when it comes to not just video games, but life in general, has mega doo-doo everything, has really branched out and opened himself up to stuff. And I tell him all the time that I'm super impressed by it.
Super taster.
Oh.
Actually,
I'll take the impressed.
So my hat is literally off.
Oh, thank you so
It's
much.
been great to see that. So you are right, the Keys Effect. It's happening, and you're noticing it. So tomorrow we're starting Undertale again.
No.
Finish him.
But yeah, so I had a bad day that day, but I'm proud and happy that I went through it. And like I said, that's an important game.
What he
for
said
video games
was
so
The game is not fun.
I don't want to upload this video of me playing it. I want to play this live and broadcast it live. That's what he said. Do it live. He didn't say that. I'm just putting him on the spot. I'm sorry.
Moving on. I mean, I don't mind if it goes out there. I just wouldn't want the fans to be like, why does RMC hang out with this mental patient?
How about
I'll be screaming about.
How about I just like splice in the bear from The Simpsons? When things go awry, I could go to Gentle Ben.
Oh yeah, you're doing that a lot probably in that video.
Anyway,
moving on. There's only a few more, but they're important, so I want to talk about them. I played through and beat Life is Strange: True Colors.
Yeah.
I really liked it. You may know that we're huge fans of the original Life is Strange. I'm a big fan of the prequel DLC to that Life is Strange called Before the Storm, I think it's called. True Colors is very good. I like a lot about it. The story itself doesn't hit that kind of high note that emotionally I felt when I played the original Life is Strange, but it's tough to have to compare it. You know what I mean? Like
yes.
It's not a sequel. It just happens to be a Life is Strange game, and you're gonna want to compare the games, and I don't know if it's quite fair to do that.
Hello, Foot.
Now I've never played the sequel, Life is Strange 2, but regardless, if anyone,
Life is really strange.
if anyone liked the original Life is Strange, or if you just like those kind of interactive story games, I do recommend Life is Strange: True Colors.
Z Komuto says True Colors was great, best since the original, in my opinion. I would agree that it's the best since the original, definitely. I'd say the original had a maybe a more impactful story, but True Colors has better acting and writing.
So there's Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Yep.
Then Life is Strange 2.
Yep.
What was that one about?
Two boys.
That's what it's about. I don't remember.
And then Life is Strange: True Colors.
Was it the
Cyndi Lauper one?
The boy with like superpower? Well, they all have superpowers. It's a stupid thing to say, but the kid that's like dressed up like a superhero and like I don't remember.
Again, I haven't played the second one.
There's also Tell Me Why, which is somebody
twins.
in the chat is which is the twins, yes, which was also very good.
Which is a spiritual successor. Of
Exactly right. Yeah. Yeah, I really like that
Almost
too. I mean,
Window.
you know,
why does it have to be like
Don't
that?
Nod knows how to make those type of games. So they Don't Nod is the company.
Don't nod.
Don't Nod.
Don't nod.
Don't
knows.
nod.
That's what you said.
Is that what I sound like?
Gonna head out to I don't even know how to say it. Never mind. That was Dunkin'
Dunking
Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts.
That's like an alien pretending that he's not here to kill us, trying
Oh
to fit
yes, just must
in.
get my
like some Dunkin' Donuts?
getting my coffee at Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh man, that's funny.
I played the. I'm sorry that I have so many games because I know we get off on funny tangents, and I'd love to just do that the whole time. But I know
I
other people
prefer
need to talk.
Dunkin' Donuts to Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Anyone for a Starbucks?
I played the Kirby 3D game demo for
Did
the
you
Switch.
really?
Yeah, I played it.
Oh, I played it too.
It's a lot of fun. It's really fun, and I am not a Kirby fan. Let me phrase this: I like Kirby as a character.
right next to you.
So good.
This
so good.
Kirby I've known forever, and I love him.
This guy and Kirby have been doing mouthful mode for years, if you know what I mean. Wow.
But as far as
Sorry, I
the
don't know
video
what you
game
mean. Can
character
you
Kirby-
elaborate?
Sorry, dude. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Not
Video
gonna
game
lie, I'm
character
sweating a
Kirby.
little bit.
I really like as a character. He's just so cute and fun, and he's got cool powers and stuff. But as a game, any of the games that I've tried to play, and like you know me, if I don't like it, I'm not going to play it for very long. So I haven't played them for very long, each one. But I know the gameplay and how it works and what to do, and it just the side-scrolling Kirby didn't do it for me. I played this, and it's got a lot of that Nintendo character that you'd expect. It's very polished. It's got really great music, great colorful characters, colorful worlds, and the gameplay is really fun. I love mouthful mode. I can't wait to see kind of what else they're gonna do with it. So I think it's on my radar. I might be buying this game. I may or may not be buying this game when it comes out.
It does also have co-op. I believe it's just local co-op, but it has co-op.
That's cool.
So that's a cool.
That's
feature
got to
too.
be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say it's a demo right now for free on the Switch. I'd say at least give it a shot. I had a lot of fun.
You
with
get
it.
to be a car. You get to be a traffic cone. You get to be a vending machine.
And
What
all
more
that
could you
stuff
want?
was great. It's like it reminded me a lot of, without being derivative of it. It reminded me a lot of Mario Odyssey, where you throw your hat on stuff
Yes,
and you get to
yes,
control
yes.
different things.
Exactly what I
And
was thinking.
it was really cool. What they I can only imagine what other fun, innovative, clever things they have, because they always have. I mean, Nintendo just knows how to do it.
Ready.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
There we go. Wow.
So
I can only
there's only
imagine.
one more game I want to talk about, but one
There's only
that
one
leads
more,
into
two
it.
more games.
But I feel like is important just because I get into these moods where I'm looking for something in a game and sometimes I don't know what it is. And when Horizon Zero Dawn, the sequel, what's it called?
Forbidden West.
When that came out, I had liked the first one, and I was like, maybe this is what I've been waiting for. I wanted some kind of, I hate to say next gen, but like something next gen or something open world or something kind of in that vein. And I bought it and played it. And it's a good game. It's very polished, looks great. Like the voice acting's great. Gameplay's, tight. It didn't speak to me, and I don't know why. I was falling short of the magic that I wanted from a video game like that. And I ended up finally borrowing and playing Death Stranding from RMC, and I played it for maybe 3 hours the first night, and then went on Amazon immediately and bought the director's cut and gave RMC his copy back, because Death Stranding immediately struck me right in the heart with what I was looking for in a game. It's not, I hate to say next gen again, but like it's kind of what I was looking for in a next gen game. It feels like it's open. It feels like it's truly open. It feels like if you have enough ladders and enough climbing picks, you could literally go over any mountain that's there. It felt very Zelda Breath of the Wild like in the way it's an exploration game.
Grantimus says, "Is Death Stranding actually good?" Because I've heard multiple people
It's-
say no.
It's crazy.
Or
It's,
say so now. He says so. He's looking for your input.
it's a tough thing to say. Yeah, definitely go out and buy this game because the story is so weird. Obviously, it's a Kojima game, so it's just so bizarre and so weird. And like the first maybe 2 hours of the game are a lot of world building, and you're not really doing much. But like I was hooked from the beginning. And as weird of a game and of a world that Death Stranding is, I feel like I understand the story more than I understood any of the Metal Gear Solid games.
I went through the
stories.
same thing.
I can't explain it, but like even though there's a lot of cutscenes, they're all great. The acting is great. And like it's just so bizarre. If you like Kojima at all, I think you'd like it. But it's got this open world feel. And even though you're just, for lack of a better word, you're like a futuristic postman, kind of like you're just carrying stuff on your back.
Babysitter? No.
And it sounds
Also babysitter, that's true.
Sounds boring, and it sounds like silly and stupid and a waste of time. But for me, it was the perfect game for my mindset at the moment because there's these beautiful vistas. You're walking. I've been listening to the soundtrack of this game for the past 2 weeks now, and there's just something in the mixture of like walking around in these beautiful vistas, listening to this unbelievable music. It's like Icelandic music in like Icelandic type like landscapes, and it's got something like a je ne sais quoi about it.
Yeah, it's got something. You're exactly right. It's got something to it that you can't put your finger on. And it's not even necessarily like this is a Kojima game. That's the thing. It's just there's something in it that is very compelling or alluring, maybe is the better word. It's just, there's something to it.
There's definitely
I heard
something to it.
the meaning behind it. Really, it's just kind of just about Amazon delivery people and then all the shadow figures and stuff. They're just porch pirates going after the packages.
It's I know that's funny. It's like I don't know. It's like it's about like bringing people together or interconnecting like it's not even about that, but like that's a part of it. And like you feel like you're making a difference. You feel like you're making strides, and like you'll see a cutscene and then you'll walk for literally like 30 minutes and like the whole time like a beautiful song will play and you'll be thinking about what you've experienced in the cutscenes and what I don't know. There's just something about like everything's so weird and like Mads Mikkelsen might be my daddy and like
Mads Mikkelsen is everyone's
Mads
daddy.
Mikkelsen is daddy.
Like, a
He
baby
is daddy.
attached to your. I mean, like it's all so
There's
weird.
a baby inside of your body.
But it's just beautiful. There's something about it, and like the nothing is like the parts where you're sneaking around the bad guys and you can't really do anything about it. Like there's like a lot of tension and excitement in those scenes for me, and like to be honest, the parts of the game that I like the least are the parts that are like Metal Gear Solid, where you're actually fighting real humans or you're sneaking around like a bad guy's base and taking them out. There's not a lot of that, but like surprisingly, that's the least compelling part of the game. Like everything else that you'd think, and you can't watch like a video review and be like, oh, this looks interesting. Like you have to play it. You can't really like watch it and be like, like get excited about it.
I would say
some people could, but
that goes for every game, really. You can't really until you get a game in your hands, and until you get a game in your hands and you check it out. Feelings can change. Don't let even our own reviews and features and hands-on. Never read those and let them 100% influence what you're going to play. Like just use them as a loose guide at most. You play stuff that has at least some kind of interest
we need
built
to
up
stop
in some
in
way.
the Discord
Why?
because
Mads Mikkelsen is coming.
it's getting too
it's a lot.
Just be open to trying stuff. That's all.
And I can't say that if I bought this game day one, I would have been, satisfied with it. Because I had my head different weird ideas about what this game could be, and I ultimately talked myself out of it because I was like, I don't want to be a futuristic delivery boy, but it's so much more than
Box
that.
man.
And I
don't want to be a future box man.
And man, it blew me away, and it grabbed a hold of me immediately, and it's a really special game for me. So I would say I'm so happy it came into my life at like a perfect time, and I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's the timing thing, but it's the game I needed right now, and it's given me like a little bit more faith in
You have not finished
games.
Right, you're still playing.
I'm still playing.
He'll hate it next week.
I'm still playing through it.
Important question: is there a potential for making rat suits?
It's funny that you say that.
I asked about
because Mom Brain asked me that when I was talking about it the other day.
Rats eat your eyes!
There's not a way to make rat suits. It's the kind of future where like literally everything but humans is dead, which is kind of messed up. But
which is not.
But you can. I met Conan O'Brien in the game.
Yeah, I know. I can't get an interview with this guy.
I forgot to ask him to be on the
with
podcast, but he's in
really,
the game.
He's really in the game.
Yeah. Kojima flew him to Japan.
He did like a whole thing,
and,
like you can see it on YouTube of him going out there to meet Kojima.
Really great. And Kojima put him in the game, so he's in one of like the bunkers, and he's like the weird cosplayer. So he's wearing like this. He's wearing like this really funny like panda hat or something, or it's an otter hat
in the game.
And he gives it to you when you do like a mission for him. So I don't have a rat hat, but I have an otter hat.
Nintendo Tim says Death Stranding is the only piece of media pandemic made better. The vibe of the game totally changed for me after the experience of the pandemic. It's really powerful. That's a great.
It's very powerful
point.
Yeah.
Also, hello Firecrackers. It's okay that you're late. You're here. And hello Arcade Token. We are back.
Now,
Thank you. I know I've missed a lot of people in here. Hello Piplup Water. Hello Tall Show. Thank you very much, everybody. If I missed you, I apologize. But come back next week and try again.
This is I could look this up online, but I can just ask you
But
guys
I
right
won't.
now. Was Guillermo del Toro part of this?
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
He's in it.
He's a big part.
in
of
it.
it.
He was in it.
He
thought
doesn't
he
voice
was.
act in it, but he did
Was it
facial
character model?
capture. It's him. Like he's in the game. Are you done, sir?
Yeah, thanks for listening
Yeah.
to that spiel. I love to talk about the games that I've played, and it's been trying to bust out of me for a whole year. So it's great to be back here.
Anastasia Beaverhausen. I did not miss you. I said your name earlier.
that
Kirby.
hurts.
What?
Man, that is
You-
cold.
What?
I
the-
did not miss you.
No,
They got
no.
two
I
shout-outs.
missed saying their name.
Oh yeah, right.
Kirby, what have you played that you want to talk about?
Okay. I wanted to keep this as short as possible, so I'll just briefly mention games that I actually beat. Over the past
Tetris for Jeff.
year or so. So I also played Grease or Gris.
Yeah, it's Grease.
Sandy.
And I was trying to remember when I actually played it. I'm pretty sure it was sometime during the spring last year. Yeah, I'm just gonna echo everything that Deuce said. It's a fantastic game. I was so relaxed while I was playing it. I never got frustrated. It's a great gaming experience.
I don't remember any other game in recent memory where the game I was watching the cutscene and the cutscene ended and the game began and I didn't know the game began. Like it zooms out in the very beginning off of the woman and
That seems
pulls
to happen
back.
to me a lot.
And I sat there for a few seconds and I was like, "Oh, well, I'm playing now." Like that was something I hadn't experienced in a game in like decades.
Since Silent Hill 2.
That's right. Yeah.
Um,
Where the in-game graphics and cutscenes were indistinguishable.
They were
from
all
one another.
they were both so bad, but still indistinguishably bad.
Never gonna get better. Sorry, Kirby. Go ahead.
It's okay. I played that. I played through Metroid Dread.
Ooh, I
finished?
forgot. Yeah,
Yes.
love that one. I forgot to mention that.
Great
I
job.
beat that too. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, a great Metroid game. I almost played through it 3 times, but the first time I didn't bother beating the boss. I just went back and started a whole new game.
I don't want it to end.
Yeah, my
Why can't I quit you?
my shortest playtime was
Not
about
gonna happen.
5 hours, so not really a speed run, but
That is really impressive.
Your first run, you said, was 5 hours?
no, my
Fastest.
my last,
fastest.
yeah,
Oh, okay,
Is
that makes
like
sense. What was your
average
first
level up
run?
and stuff?
What's
Any
that?
idea how long your first run
Oh,
was?
it was way too long. It was like almost 11 hours.
Careful what you say.
Oh, sorry.
I'm real proud of you.
Vicky Hill took a little longer.
I think I was like 15 or 17 hours.
I
in
don't know
that.
what I was, but it was double digits. Definitely. You might be the fastest. You might be a Metroid speedrunner.
Holy cow.
Metroid
You're
can
slow.
run.
A dominant Metroid
You're a
speedrunner.
Regular
Twitch.
Samson.
We're gonna have a Twitch and a Finsta.
I don't know. I mean, it's a Metroid game, so I'm always like thinking to myself, like, how fast has somebody done this already?
Oh yeah, you don't want to know that stuff.
That's probably true. But sorry, like I said before, it's a great Metroid game. There are some great like boss battles.
Yeah.
And
That boss battle with Kraid is great.
yeah, it was
love
good.
that.
It was good to see him again.
Looking great. He looks great.
Yeah, I kind of felt bad for him because he was all chained up.
I did feel bad, but I don't think I have ever seen a more badass moment in Nintendo history. Well, maybe than Kraid like coming out and snapping at Samus, and she's just standing right there. As it's like
Yeah,
snap. Oh, that
that's
was
right.
so cool.
She's so badass.
But also another badass moment was Link jamming his sword into Ganon's head
Oh my
in Wind
God,
Waker.
that
That's
was
pretty
so
cool.
That's- that
awesome.
one's
That
okay.
happened, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
That's the
really?
cool-
Spoiler, sorry.
Spoiler
That's
alert.
the beginning of the game.
It's like the kiddiest game there is, and then he just stabs him right through the forehead.
Right
Um,
there, it is. Thank you, Kalta and Nintendo. They're on it. How cool is that moment?
It's great.
Man.
Samson's just like, man, your
And
breath
with the charging up like at the
Yep.
side too. It's so awesome. And the controls in that game, like Nintendo, I don't know how they do it, but their controls in every game they have just seem so much more responsive than any other game. I don't know how they
Well,
do
they've
it.
said, also we got to give credit to Mercury Steam too, because they were the main
Oh, yeah.
developer on this. But Nintendo controls for Nintendo are super important, and they always say that a game needs to feel good for it to play well, for it to be fun. If you're fumbling with the controls or the character doesn't respond well, then the game isn't going to be fun in some ways. So, yeah, they pour a lot of
It's not fun.
aspects into that. I mean, look at the Wii stuff. Like that was a completely different way of controlling, but it made things in other games that weren't fun or maybe not as fun that much more fun. Like we've all played tennis video games before. They're okay, whatever.
The
But then you
game
do Wii
is
Sports
fun.
tennis and playing where you're actually swinging the Wii remote. That was a lot more fun.
There's a lot of things about the Wii controller input that I wish we had back.
I want the damn speaker. I miss there being a speaker, on the
speaker?
controller.
Yeah, that was cool.
The speaker and like being able to use it as a pointer and stuff like that. I have never tried to play Resident Evil 4 any other way. But
That's the
I
think
can't play it
too,
any
and I
other way.
both agree that's the definitive way to play it.
Oh, definitely.
The stuff that you can play on Switch where the Joy-Con mimics an IR pointer, it still has to be recentered every so often, but it does a really commendable job. It's not as good as an IR pointer, but it's pretty damn close. It's really good. That's how I played World of Goo on Switch with the Joy-Con as if it were a Wii remote, and it was.
Isn't the sensor on the bottom?
Well, that's an IR camera to look at you. Like that's it's not the same kind. There's no like
Creepy.
sensor bar on the Switch for you to
Tingle
point
creepy.
at. Yes, it's watching you the whole time. So it's just pointing at your junk basically whenever you play.
I remember Silent Hill Shattered Memories, was it called?
Yes.
Where you would pick up phones and you had to hold like the
Yeah.
Wii remote to your ear and it would talk to you. It was
That
so
was
cool.
No More Heroes.
Wow.
Whenever you got a call from
Yeah.
what's her
Oh,
face,
that's right.
you brought it up and listened. By the way, people wanted you to play No More Heroes.
Oh yeah, I guess I should say I forgot to say this, but last year I played and beat No More Heroes 3 on the Switch.
We've all played at least the first two No More Heroes. Did you play the third one, Kirby?
I still haven't played the third
Oh.
one. Sorry.
It's good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like that whole series, and this was
Travis is so cool,
You did like 3.
man. He's so cool.
I did like 3.
You're cool.
The
Wow, thanks,
gameplay
you're
in 3 is just
I know.
terrific.
I'm sorry. We took over, Kirby.
It's okay.
Kirby, you go.
One more quick thing about Metroid Dread. The map system is great. It's probably the most helpful that I've seen in a Metroid game.
Really good.
Um,
Not
It-
according to come on.
even though I did get lost and had to do lots of backtracking, especially
Molyneux?
during my first
David
playthrough.
Jaffe.
David Jaffe. Oh yeah, he
The God
got
of War
torn
guy
apart.
complained about Metroid Dread because he couldn't find his way anywhere, and people are like, "You're dumb." Have you played a Metroid game before?
Oh, it was
Yeah.
Metroid Dread specifically.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't get that, man.
Really? Did he know the button to bring the menu up, like the actual map?
He complained
That's-
a lot about one part where you're supposed to shoot a ceiling to break through, and he's like, "How would anyone ever know that?" And somebody put together a video showing like why he would know that, how they place enemies on that part of the ceiling to shoot them, and he's not even using the free aim to shoot; he's just jumping and shooting. So it's all him.
I got to be honest. Sometimes
Hey!
sometimes that stuff, fools me too. I gotta
Fool me
be
once.
honest.
But
I was like, oh, that's right. I was supposed to shoot a wall.
I mean, if it was
Or the
truly
ceiling.
his first Metroid experience, then yeah, I could see maybe being confused about it. But like, this is like the pinnacle of side-scrolling Metroid, and if you've played any of them, you should know. Like,
I mean, I had a hard time with stuff,
Yeah, but here's the difference.
but I got through it.
You made it through the game. Yeah.
That's true.
What else, Kirby?
Oh boy, I beat Spider-Man, Miles Morales, which
Great job.
Spider-Man.
So let me ask
Spider-Man.
what?
Did you feel like Spider-Man while you were web slinging back and forth?
Morales.
we'll see you next week, everybody.
The jokes aren't going to get any better than that, everybody.
It's really hard to do that. And that was also fun.
It's not
good
in
song.
that's not in the game, right?
I don't think so. No.
It's in the movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like the game's based on the movie.
That is true.
But I enjoyed it. I kind of had the same experience that Dew had playing it, because I think we both played the game around Christmas time, although I was doing it like a year later. So that was fun.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. On my phone, I beat at least 3 games. What the Golf, Monument.
Also available on Switch.
Yep. Oh, that's true. Also, Monument Valley, which I think the sequel for that was just released, and Grindstone, which
Also available on
It's a
Switch.
skateboarding game. Right?
Grindstone is on Switch, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah. And all those games are great if you can. Play them on the Switch. Play them on your phone. Doesn't matter.
Anywhere. Yeah.
I'd recommend all 3 of them.
That second one you mentioned,
Monument Valley.
Monument Valley. I know that one.
It's
Monument Valley is not on Switch. I was double checking.
I think that might be an exclusive. But yeah, that's like a puzzle platformer with lots of like very Escher-esque.
There was a sequel too.
landscapes.
I
I know. I just said.
I'm
I
sorry.
just said the sequel was just released.
I'm sorry. I was looking up to see if the first was on Switch. So Grindstone is, and the other game you said first is
Yeah, What the Golf.
What the Golf is. Yes. Oh, What the Golf.
What the Golf.
That is not correct.
That is not correct.
I don't need to do it. They're doing it.
Yeah,
No, you got to do it.
and
I don't got to do it.
speaking of Resident Evil 4, which you mentioned at some point earlier, I played through Resident Evil 4 again.
Go Halo, go Halo, go Halo. Aurelia, Agaston.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah.
Halo?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we distract you?
A little bit. But this, I guess this is the remastered version from, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. And yeah, Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorite games. So, it was great to play through it again and to play all the mercenary levels again.
Ooh, I love being Krauser.
Yeah, Krauser and Wesker are both like my favorites to play in Mercenaries. And I also played Resident Evil 3, which I had never played before.
Oh,
The remake, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's the
Cool.
remake. And that was okay, but I definitely did not like it as much as the remake of Resident Evil 2.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yeah, and I think. Oh yeah, and this is funny because this game I actually beat just a couple of days after our previous episode. And it's a little game called Breath of the Wild.
Hey!
So yeah, it's been
Blow of the weirdos.
and and I really wanted to discuss it, but all I'm going to say now is it's what else can you say about Breath of the Wild? It's a great game. It's certainly one of my favorite Zelda games.
You, Link, are the hero.
I'm the hero, and
I am not Link,
my name
but
is
I do
Link.
know him.
I was bummed that once you defeat Ganon, the game's over. I think.
Spoiler alert.
It's weird. Once you beat the game's done.
There's DLC.
I know that. It's just that it felt even for
Oh.
I know it's a Zelda game, but for an open world game, that was a little disappointing. If I have one complaint about the game, it's that.
Well, let's see if they fix that complaint in the sequel this year.
Coming this year.
Oh my god.
Is that it, Kirby?
I'm pretty sure that's
Oh.
it. So yeah, I tried to keep it as short as possible, but we got sidetracked. It's okay.
Hello and goodbye, Sir Gil ALB64, the number one Dumpkin
Dumpkin
Spice
Spice.
fan. Thanks for joining us.
Whoa.
Does he still like Dumpkin Spice after all this time?
You never go back. Nikki Hill,
Let's go Dumpkin
what have you been
Spice.
playing, my friend?
Great.
Okay.
You have 3 seconds.
I'm sure while we were like during our last episode, and I probably talked about Kentucky Road Zero. Sometime last year, I played the Almost Gone, which is I think it's pretty much a downer of a game. But I enjoyed it. I don't remember much about it. And then I played Pico Park.
You're making me.
Yes, we played Pico Park. Me,
that's
Kirby, and
right,
Nikki Hill.
Pico Park with Kirby and
Yeah,
Mommy.
I forgot about.
I
Pico
had a
Park.
fun time. I thought you had a fun
Oh, I
time.
love
Kirby said he had a fun time, but it didn't seem like.
I mean, that's like one of the best kind of like multiplayer games where like you screw it up for each other.
It was very fun, but yeah, we did get. I think we all got frustrated at one point. or
Didn't you
another.
play that again?
Did I
Yeah,
play it again?
With
Oh
Melissa, right?
no, I
Can we say her name?
I talked my girlfriend into downloading the game, but we haven't.
We
haven't had the chance to
That's
play
what
it yet.
That's what it was.
And
Every
that's-
time she brings it up, Kirby's like, "Oh no, I got somewhere to be."
Sure, whatever.
Yeah, she was like looking for a fun multiplayer game, and I was like, "Well, my friends and I played this, and we had fun, but we did get very frustrated."
And then I also played through Metroid Dread. And I'll tell you, my playthrough was 19 hours and
There you
43 minutes
go.
and 10 seconds.
Yeah, but this guy was going around like filling in every nook and cranny of the map. Like if there was a part
Oh,
that
yeah.
wasn't done, he was like, "I gotta get it."
So
Well, for my first 2 playthroughs, or my whatever it was.
yeah, so
Yeah.
when it's like when playing Ori and the Blind Forest, and like you go into an area and the map is kind of like shaded, and then when you jump to a certain kind, like you jump up a little bit, it changes the shading on that big section of the map to
Moving
show
on.
you where you've touched. But on Metroid Dread, it's like down to pixels. So like you have to hit every, like if you jump down below a platform and like you miss an inch from that platform, it doesn't clear that pixel. So like I was going through and making sure I don't know why, it was an obsessive thing that I should not have done, but I like jumped around. I still didn't even clear the whole map, but boy, oh boy.
Once you get that spin
That's what
jump
really
at the
great
end,
story.
then you
really
can
clear it out.
really get in the nooks and crannies.
Yeah, I don't think I was able to get more than like 85% of all the items, and that was like during my longer play.
I definitely didn't get all the items. You have to be Godmaster over here. to
Yeah,
be
some
able
of
to
them
get
are like
those.
so baffling.
That's
I'm
you.
Like,
Yeah.
I didn't get all of them.
Yeah, probably 'cause you
Yes,
just got
I
tired.
really did.
Master.
And then
Oh, Josh, you got all of them?
Yes, I really did.
Wow.
Well, I mean, if anyone's gonna do it, it's Josh, the world's greatest gamer.
and then
I'm a hardcore gamer.
and then a couple months went by, and then I played another game that is Metroid Dread with a different skin.
Shut
And I-
up. I don't care.
So mean.
Nikki Hill, we care.
Moving on.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Beautiful game.
And
Beautiful.
I finished that game, and that game has the power to make me cry just by walking into an environment with the music and everything else.
Yep.
I feel like I'm going to tear up just thinking about it. That game is so beautiful in so many ways.
That's about as good as a Metroidvania gets, man. That's a really good one.
They really knocked it out of the park.
Nailed it.
And that game took me 20 hours and 47 minutes.
I feel like that seems about right. That's a huge game.
Yeah, but I mean that game is kind of like the
Yeah, you're right.
Game of Thrones of video game. I don't know. Just like here, introduce this wonderful character that you're gonna love, and then
spoiler, and then they never finish it.
What's wrong with you?
I didn't finish it.
Game of Thrones. Boy, oh boy.
Oh.
Morales. I'm sorry. Is that the joke I have to make? Morales.
I'm not following.
Going down a notch.
So yeah, it's been a long year. I didn't play a lot of games.
Mon Brain. Is there anything you played you want to talk about?
I don't think so.
Okay, thank you.
RMC, is there anything that
my God.
you've played
wow.
that you would like to talk about?
Right
We'll
away.
be right back after a word from.
Oh, you know what? No, Josh, go ahead. I should do that now before I tell you. Go ahead.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Guys, there's a loot drop coming. Did you know that?
I don't know what a loop drop is.
You're gonna say
Is that a Finsta?
Get to the drop at HyperX.com for store-wide savings. HyperX is fighting the battle against inflation with deep discounts across all categories of HyperX gear. Head there quick. Once March ends, so does
The savings.
come on,
The loop.
March.
Winter.
The madness.
Oh!
The madness.
Once March ends, so does the winter. It's also true. It's the HyperX Loot Drop 2 going on now at HyperX.com. So go check it out. It's free.
It's free.
For $1. What did I play? Well,
For $1.
I have a list of
For
things
$1.
that I played. Oh, where's my list? That's a list of games I want to play. I also have my list of main men. That's not right.
Not
gonna lie, I'm
Should be its own podcast.
Yeah, just read the list of names.
Ted Danson, number 1. He's the only one that's numbered.
We had to talk about that on a podcast, right? Main men is a list of actors that you like for your own, fitting your own criteria, whatever it is. We'll get into that another show.
Yeah, that's the whole other.
So I play Resident Evil 2, the remake as well. I liked it, but I wasn't crazy about it.
Whatever, it's great.
I also played Sable, which I liked slightly better. That's only on Xbox.
You saw her at the mall once, remember?
That's right. I got her autograph on that Playboy.
What was the Deck the Walls?
Deck the Walls? Yeah.
Deck the Walls,
yes,
baby.
I did meet WW at that time. Wrestler. I'm sorry, wasn't even a diva, just a wrestler. Sable.
You met Sable at Deck the Walls and had her sign a porno mag for you?
She was there to sign the Playboy.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Now you are a real hero.
Yes, I went to that mall for 2 signings. One was for Sable and one was for Weird New Jersey.
Oh, nice. So this game is based on her, right?
That's funny that
Yes,
they were
definitely.
signing porn at Deck the Walls. That seems
I don't know why it was at Deck the Walls, but this is not a lie. The line was all the way out the parking lot to the other end of the parking lot.
Well, it wasn't P-Berg.
And I was at that mall. I think it was before we were really dating, officially. And I was at the mall.
You thought you had a chance with Sable?
Yeah, I think so. And I think I was at the mall with Dorothy at that mall, and I was like, I think RMC
One day
is here.
I'll be on the cover of a magazine.
I don't think
great.
so.
So yeah, I played Sable, which is it's an interesting game. It's open world pretty much, and you go around exploring who you are and who you want to be,
the mall
basically.
before getting your autograph.
So you set out to be. There's no real objectives other than you train to be the type of person you want to be. So you could be a delivery person or a map maker, or there's a whole bunch of stuff in there, and you fulfill certain requirements, and then you submit them as your test of who you want to become. It's really interesting. It's got a really nice cell shaded look to it. Yes, Mom Brain.
I would just like to take a moment
Oh,
to acknowledge that a young friend of mine, B Money, is watching us right now,
Okay.
and he made
Hell yeah.
he made a point to text me and say, "I don't think you've played any video games." When it came up,
Well, he was right.
He was,
He's
he
right.
was 100%
calling you out.
He's right.
Finally,
like,
someone
just
says
blew
it.
me up like that.
Nailed it. Yeah,
Hey,
you had a whole year. And
You know
didn't
what,
play anything?
kid? I cleaned your
Wait
butt
a
when
minute.
you were little.
This is a lie. You play games every day.
I do.
What? So say what you've been playing.
Make me.
Penny and Flow.
There you go.
I play Penny and Flow like every day while I'm watching The Young and the Restless
Shut
because
up.
And
I don't care.
oh, the tables have turned.
and B Money just says, "Let's go."
Go, come on. You got another one.
I was playing Merge Mansion for a while,
Mhm.
and
Oh, that's
I
the one with Kathy Bates in the commercial.
It's true.
and Animal Crossing. I've definitely played Animal Crossing.
Nikki Hill, you could get into these Penny and
Thanks.
Flow
Very cool.
and Merge Mansion because they're the old match 3 types. And I remember you and the cartoon bear. I don't remember what that game is called. You do.
Toon Blast.
Toon
Toon
Blast.
Blast.
That's right.
Yeah, but you know why he had to stop?
You're a sweaty.
He was
Toon
too sweaty.
Blast.
He was a Toon Blast sweaty. Absolutely.
That's funny.
I
Absolutely.
gave that up to play
Solitaire.
Royal Match, was it?
Well, that didn't
Which is
stick
the
around
exact
long.
same game. Oh no, I played that
Oh,
for a
no.
long time.
So one day he made the decision.
Don't be a sweaty. Be a go-getty.
That's right.
There we are.
And here he is.
Spaghetti, baby.
So I played Sable. That was nice. I also played Narita Boy, which is a cinematic platformer. And it had some elements that were really cool, and it told a really deep personal story. It just was rough around the edges. I liked it. It had a good soundtrack. It was just a little too rough around the edges, but it's worth a shot if you're into cinematic platformers. I played the Gunk. Nobody here played the Gunk, right?
Sounds like a Nicky Hill type experience.
It's made by the people. It's made by
Nickelodeon gunk?
You know, like after I have a crave case from White Castle or something, right?
It's made by the team formerly known as Image and Form. So the Steam World people, which is a game you guys all enjoyed. They are now Thunderful, and they made the Gunk, which is an Xbox exclusive. It's about going to a strange planet that's covered in a weird gunk, and you solve puzzles and platform through this mysterious planet, which you find has been visited by people before, and you learn more about that. It's really great. It was really, really good. I love all of Thunderful's games.
Those people can make anything.
Yeah, they're good, man. They're really good. You know, it's a platformer. It's a puzzle platformer, but it's also akin to like Luigi's Mansion or maybe Mario Sunshine, because you have a mechanic where you're basically vacuuming up gunk across the planet to fix things. Yeah, I really liked it. It was very good. Very highly recommend that game. I played Death's Door. Just said, dude did. Can't say enough good things about that game. I love the look of it. It was challenging, but not to the point that it frustrates you.
Is it a 3/4
yes,
like isometric?
Isometric. Yep.
No, thank you.
It is. What do you mean?
It's great.
Why?
It's great.
I don't know. For some reason, I just have a hard time moving around in those spaces. We've talked about this.
It has a fantastic soundtrack, great songs all the way throughout, a really interesting story, plenty of extra content post game if you want to go in and do that stuff. Combat feels great. It's awesome, and you can play.
Feeling so great. Thanks for asking.
You can play it on everything, but we both played it on Switch, and man, was it good. What an awesome game.
I'm glad you brought up the challenge, because it was the perfect amount of challenge, because it was a challenging game, and I get frustrated easily, and I didn't get frustrated. I felt so great and so accomplished after beating a frustrating part, and it was like the Bloodborne games and stuff are not for me. It's not that kind of frustrating. It's like a nice balance of challenge and reward.
It's Death's Door.
I just want to say this really quickly in the chat. I know you guys were mentioning earlier what you played. If you want to flood the chat now with what you played, I'll go through and mention some of those too. But yeah, Death's Door, fantastic. Probably one of the best games I've played in the last 365 days.
Oh God!
Oh my God, you'll really like it.
Did you see what Calta said?
I did. Yeah, I'm going to bring that up in a second. I also played Record of the Lotus War. Deedlit in Wonderland. Is that what it's called?
I believe that is what it's called.
I know Record of Lotus War is the first part,
Was it
and I know
Wonderland?
Deedlit after, and it's Deedlit something. But that is and
It's
Delight
delight.
goes to Doodleburg.
The groove is in the heart.
Deedlit
No, that's
Deedlit meets the Deedlit meets the Doodle Bops.
Smash
It
that
is
subscribe button.
very close to Symphony of the Night.
It's Wonder Labyrinth.
Wonder Labyrinth. That's it. How stupid of me! God,
You forgot the name for that classic game, Record of Lotus War, Deedlit, and Wonder Labyrinth.
Oh, that's the one that has the one great song, and then the rest of the songs aren't great.
yes.
Darn it!
So it's a Symphony of the Night clone, basically. It has some of its own unique wrinkles that I really liked. Like, you have two colored orbs that are with you the whole time, and you can fill them up. And they, depending on which one you're using, it'll hurt an enemy more or less. And when you're using one, the other fills up, and you can use that to replenish health at any time. So it's a really unique mechanic. And I really, really I loved the game. The game was great. It's just unfortunate because the game uses all the right instruments for Symphony of the Night songs, but the compositions are not good. The first song is enjoyable, but outside of that, not good. But the graphics are great. As far as if you like Symphony of the Night, the graphics are great. It's exactly the same kind of style. The main character, Deedlit, also moves like Alucard. Like it's
Very
Alucard
cool
is Dracula
animations.
backwards. Nikki Hill, by the way. Oh, sorry.
Wait, Hawkeye's not a bird?
Well, did you figure out what Deedlit it backwards is?
No, what is it?
Go ahead, sound it out.
Deedlit. Tilleed.
Tildeed.
Tilde.
Shut up. I don't care.
That's
Mind blown, right?
Think about it. So yeah, I really liked that game. That was fun. I played the Kirby demo just as Kirby did and do. Excellent. Very excited. I love that demo, but I don't need to talk about that. You can see that as a feature on GoNintendo. You can either read the article, but if you hate reading, you can watch the video, which is all my gameplay, but also it's the same exact thing that I wrote. I just read what I wrote, which I hate
Smash
doing,
that
but that's what I'm
subscribe
doing now.
button.
So whatever you want, you can do it.
Yeah, can I just say how happy I was when that video showed up in my
My Kirby video.
my subscriptions on YouTube?
Well, thank you. First off, second, yes, I saw. I shouldn't say it, but I was gonna say I don't think I saw one negative comment in there. But yeah, it felt good to do that. I was excited to get it out there and make another video. I'm gonna do more. Here's a little spoiler for you. My next video will be about Chex Quest HD.
Beep, beep.
It's on the Switch now.
Who made that?
Chex Quest. I don't know what the
Kellogg's, I
original company is. The original company is. But when they first had that game made to put in cereal boxes, they said they hired some teenage kid, and he made it.
Oh, you're serious? It's Chex as in the cereal.
It is, yeah.
I was just kidding.
No, it is, yeah.
They made the game and put it in cereal boxes?
You guys don't know the story of Chex Quest?
He's heading
I
towards
know
certain
the 7-Up
death.
spot.
So Chex Quest was back when we were kids. It was the very first video game made to be put in cereal boxes. Chex boxes had a disc, like a CD-ROM, with the whole game on it for free. And they were doing it as a way to try and get Chex cereal more popular. When they put it out, Chex sales went up almost 300%, and they had shortages of Chex. They literally ran out of Chex cereal because of that. And the game is fun.
It's not bad. Yeah, that's
No,
right.
the game is Doom, just without Doom. So it's a first-person shooter, but you have a spoon and other guns to shoot green aliens that are trying to ruin Chex cereal. Like, it's good. It's legitimately good. So much so that it's had a fan scene ever since it first came out, and now we've gotten to an HD re-release of Chex Quest. So I'll be doing a video of that. Man, I remember getting the cereal back in the day. I liked Chex, but when I saw that it had a game in it, I mean, come on.
Yeah, which makes me think somebody made a comment at work about Batman, and it made me think like Batman chasing or fighting like the Noid or something like that, like crossovers like that, I think would be great.
The Noid wins, obviously.
Yeah, who doesn't have good villains that we need to replace them with the Noid? Oh, Batman.
Why?
No, but like
I will not
random-
stand for Noid harassment or
Noid is like
belittling on this podcast.
The Noid is just like,
You better be
in the
careful.
world of superheroes and stuff, the Noid is like a completely random food enemy. It's an enemy of food, not an
He
enemy of
spoils your
people.
pizza.
He and the Hamburglar should go on a rampage.
Yeah,
together.
all right. But hold on. Maybe not nowadays, but there was a time when the Noid redeemed himself. We all remember that NES game where he was the hero. I know he's back to being bad now, but
He went from heel to face
he
to
went
heel.
from heel to face to heel. That's
When
right.
the podcast is over, if you haven't, if
We
you
will
guys
eat
haven't
Domino's.
heard Ramit's most recent Noid story,
I think I told them, yeah.
It's
I can't tell that on the show.
That was a good one.
it's
Vicky
so
Hilda,
good.
you know it? Don't bring up anything if you know it. I'll tell you after the
I
show.
don't know if I know it.
It is. I'm not going to say anything, but she's right. I'm sorry, everybody listening. I can't tell you this. Anyway, so that's everything I played that I can.
Psychonauts 2.
Oh, I did play Psychonauts 2. Why did I not write that down? It's not on my list. I don't know why.
Probably
Yeah,
not good.
Psychonauts 2 was fantastic. Kirby, you played the original Psychonauts.
I did, and I still haven't played the second one, but
Oh, so good.
I'd like to soon.
When Double Fine has enough time to really make a game and are not working underneath a publisher that is like pushing them, man, their stuff is amazing. Because Psychonauts was good, but it was rough around the edges. But I really liked it. Psychonauts 2 shows what they can do when they, crowdsource a project. And then I know Microsoft picked them up after, but Microsoft wasn't rushing them. They were like, yeah, it's done when it's done. Excellent voice acting, music, the imagination in the stages for the mines that you go into are phenomenal, and the platforming feels much better. There's new mechanics in there that are a ton of fun. I enjoyed it start to finish. Excellent. And who the hell makes platformers anymore? Like besides Nintendo and 3D platformers, I should say specifically.
I should say.
I don't say.
If I don't say so myself.
Nintendo makes 3D platformers, but I can't think of many other companies that make 3D platformers, and they did Psychonauts too, and well worth the wait. I know it took a long time for that game to come out, but well worth the wait. Kalta, I saw you mentioned Mango JoJo's.
Ooh.
Someone here can vouch that before the podcast, I talked about how I wish we had Mango JoJo's.
Yeah,
I
I
heard
don't
you
think
say it.
we don't think they're in season yet.
They are not.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked.
We
There
are
was a
going
period
to
of
do it.
time that I didn't look because we just weren't there.
Yeah.
We were out of
Um,
season.
But I looked. I was just at Trader Joe's a few weeks ago. Actually, we need food. I could go.
We could live off Mango JoJo's.
Do you think?
I am a super taster, dominant.
Yeah, but
Sweet
they're supposed to not be
Jesus.
good.
We haven't had them. I don't know. We got to find out live on the show. It's going to happen. We're doing it.
Okay.
Giant Reggie says seasonal cookies is RMC's least favorite subject. It's seasonal food in general pisses me off.
And he doesn't
Whoa,
like games that have
whoa,
seasonal-
everybody, hold on.
I don't
will
like
say-
games with food in them. I don't like games with seasons in them. I
have
don't like
spoken.
games where you do a lot of underwater stuff.
I
Uh-oh.
have spoken.
The speaker just
Speaker died.
The man housed a
You can still play
Shamrock
sounds.
Shake.
Can I unplug it? Is that okay with you?
No, you have to leave it plugged in.
Oh, okay. So we won't hear the
We
sounds.
won't.
But
Go ahead, play anything.
Delicious.
I hope you
It
guys
did
heard
it.
that.
It did it.
I
I,
hope-
don't
I
know
hope
what
you
you
heard
played,
that.
but it did it. We can.
For $1.
Gosh, I
The
can do
speaker
whatever I
can't
want.
even last 2 hours. We're
can do
buying a new
whatever I
speaker.
want,
We're
and
throwing
you
it against a wall.
Get rid of that speaker. I told you it's bad luck.
and it looked so yummy.
There's Dumpkin
Guy Bone
Spice.
says RMC is really peed off.
I'm TO'd and I'm PO'd.
Look out.
I've had it up to here with people telling me that you can only have
Malamars.
s'mores at a certain time of the year. Who the hell decides that?
Hey, watch it with the cursing.
Is a s'more a summer thing? Is it a winter thing? Because you eat them around a campfire or a fire pit. So aren't those
S'mores
both
are
times
summer
of the year?
food. No, s'mores are summer food. Who makes s'mores in their home fireplace, you freak?
Who says you gotta do it in your home? Have you not seen that man on TikTok out in the middle of the woods making fires out there, making beautiful, lovely, nice food? Why not a s'more?
Oh yeah,
I love him.
Old-time
Oh,
honky.
you do.
Yeah.
You do, huh? Well, he
You
eats s'mores in the
do.
winter.
No,
you
I
do.
mean, look, you can, but no. Hey, but
Tamakoto says you can only have s'mores at 3 a.m. I don't know what the hell's that about. Nikki Hill,
I don't know what the hell's.
I'm a
how's
fat
that?
guy. You were a fat kid. I'm sorry to bring that up, but you got to remember. No, wait, there's a reason. S'mores. Remember when I used to make s'mores in like a package and you bought them at the store like in a box?
what?
Man.
Come on, Tubby, don't you,
You
remember?
weren't,
That does sound
you weren't a
familiar.
real fat kid. Oh, wait.
I mean, it sounds familiar, but like almost like an oatmeal cream pie, but it was like a s'more cookie or something. I don't
It was
know.
like a s'more. I just don't remember what it was called, but it was, yeah,
Did you
like
microwave
a
them?
thick. Well, because I was a fat kid, no. I just
never
ate
made
them.
it. Never got so as far as the pantry.
to get to the
From the
microwave.
pantry to the microwave.
I had them in my hand, and by the time I got to the microwave, they were gone. Malamars, baby. That's where it's at, Colma. We are not talking about moon pies. As Jersey people, we all know what moon pies are because every gas station here has moon pies.
Well, you know what? Malamars are seasonal, by the way. They're seasonal.
Malamars are seasonal.
Yeah.
Why?
They're seasonal because
the hell
the
is it about marshmallow that's seasonal?
it's not about the marshmallow. Quiet now. It's
They shipped.
it's the chocolate. And the chocolate is so
Oh, yeah.
thin it
Can't
melts.
get chocolate any other time of the
No,
year,
but
right,
it
guys?
melts
Well,
in the
yeah, you're
summer. Now, here's what I want to know.
When they were in their the shipping trucks, they'd end up at the location and
The
they'd be
location.
destroyed.
And look at the location.
Bring the Malamars to the location.
No, but
It's a racket.
But-
Big marshmallow made you.
so here's what I need to know. Here's what I need to know. In places where it's like hot most of the time, can you get Malamars there?
No, they don't exist. Not allowed by King Malamar.
Well, I mean, I'm
Big
sure you can
Malamar.
get them in the Freedom State.
Right? That's the Malamar sound, right?
That's
Sound.
right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Kelta, it's not Fire Kitchen. It's what is the guy's name? Old
Guy Fieri.
Old Hawkeye.
Oh, old time hockey.
Old time hockey. That's
It's
it.
not Fire Kitchen. It's Flavor Town.
He's got like 2 really cute dogs. He makes a lot of. He's very calm.
Let's head
He
on
calls
down to
everybody
Fire
buddy.
Kitchen.
Oh, hello,
And
buddy.
he plays a lot
One
of
guy
like
firing.
Nintendo 64 games on the
Yeah.
smallest TV you've ever seen. I love it.
But he makes like a cup of like a little snack for himself, and he sits down and gets cozy. And I think this guy never has the Sunday scaries. I know it.
He does. You kidding me? He's gotten in fights with companies that were stealing his content.
Really?
They had a guy. Yeah, one company stole his content, and another company basically took his whole gig and made it their own.
A company?
Yeah, a company on TikTok. Yes, a company.
Man, that's
People need to show.
What kind
that's
of world do
terrible,
we
'cause
live
he's
in?
He's like one of the.
Yeah.
He puts out that feel good content that you
Yeah.
don't always get, you
Yeah.
know, and to have him be taken advantage of, it's like no one's
That's
safe.
that's what people in the comments were saying. They were like, "Really, this is the guy you're gonna take from, like the most gentle soul on
You
TikTok."
gotta share me one of these videos. I don't know.
I'll share it. I'll
You're
share
gonna love
you.
them.
I'll share you it.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
great.
My TikTok feed is full of just
Dances.
dogs and cats and crazy.
Dogs
Wait,
throwing
didn't
up
you
water.
try to make us watch something about dogs dying? What was that you wanted us to watch about like dying? You were like,
Yes,
oh, by the end
yes.
of this, they're all going to be dead. And we were like, turn that off.
We're like, here's
I
people
never-
falling down, and here's dogs puking water, and Nikki Hill's like, here, watch this one, and it's like, in the arms.
Yeah.
of
What
an
was
angel.
that? And it was like,
And they're like, they
Wow.
crossed the rainbow bridge.
yeah,
and it's
it
like all
was
this-
terrible.
Save
God.
it.
Bringing the
Stuff.
Yeah, but he's like sitting there all
It's
like, cool
guys, wait till
about
the
it.
end. It's nice. They die at the end.
Man, it was
Awesome.
It was like this is a hotel for dying dogs.
It wasn't a hotel. It was a town, and it
It
wasn't
was a
about.
Jesus.
It wasn't about dying dogs. You were looking at a chapel. That's the reason why. That was a sad part.
Well, I guess
It,
we need
it
to
was
watch
terrible.
It
It was terrible. It was tragic. I'm a very sensitive person as it is, so I'll admit that maybe, you know, other
They shoot
people
the
would.
dogs into space.
Oh, whoa. Wait, can
Statue dogs.
Can we please share what Du was sharing with us before the podcast about the animal?
I don't know. Is there time?
It's 5:30.
I mean, I don't know. I think it was a rumor, if I'm not certain.
Never mind. Okay. Never mind.
thought you were talking about the camel.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about.
Oh, okay. So there's, I've got a rumor here. As you know, Dude's rumor of the week is, it's always a rumor, hence it's called rumor of the week. But this one is actually true.
Each time you go through this explanation, I believe it more.
Yeah, yes. So there was usually they're video game related. This time it's about a camel in Indiana.
I think it was Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I think
Thank
it
you
was
very much.
Tennessee.
So there's a camel in Tennessee at a petting zoo that killed 2 people, and then it like ran away, and the cops had to put it down before anyone on the scene else got hurt. But they showed one of the people who got killed, and he was a football player. Like they talked about his, like in high school, he was a football player. He's huge. And it got me thinking, like, how did this camel take this guy out, let alone 2 guys? And so I actually read the article, because I don't ever read any of those articles. I just read the headlines and go, that's very interesting, and move on, It could be like Tom Hanks on the Epstein plane or something. And I'll just be like, it's true. And I'll just move on.
Reading the news these days.
So stupid. But anyways, I read the article, and like they didn't say how the people were killed. So, because I didn't know if it was like, do they get bitten? Do they get trampled or what? And like, how do you get 2 people killed? Like I can see one guy getting killed, and then the other one being like, I'm out of here. Like, why would you stick around? and then Mom Brain helped me look up a little bit more statistics about this.
A PubMed article.
Yeah.
What?
Like a PubMed article, like a legitimate, like
published medical
PubMed, like the.
PubMed.
Am I crazy? Am I the only one who knows?
You
PubMed?
are the only one at this table. That knows it.
It's like published medical
You're the
like
only grown-up
document,
here.
like studies that
Right.
people have done, and it gives you it's like a legit
close. I was
situation.
closer with that than I was with Finsta.
That's true.
All right. Well, anyway,
more Alice.
were you looking for me to give some of the statistics, or was that
No,
okay.
well, if you,
No, I don't- I
I know this
How
might
many
have been.
people die from camel attacks every year?
Well, we found out, I think it was 5, and
I
3
think
of
the
them.
study that
3 were like
they
run
conducted
off the
was-
road by camels.
Yeah,
right?
like 2 were like run off the road. One
By a
was like a
camel
lady
on
who
a
had a heart
motorcycle, though.
attack.
And one
Well,
was
she
by
was herding camels.
one
like,
was by knife.
and one was like bitten or.
But we found out that like a camel's like bite is very powerful, and they can do, how a dog will grab a toy and like go back and forth, like they can do that with a full human apparently, and that could have
That's
been
like
it.
Thanos with Loki.
You're right.
Yeah.
Or
Or
the
the
Hulk.
Hulk
The
with
Hulk
Loki, yeah, like kind of like that. And I
Actually, it's the Hulk with
with Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Well, thank you for that too.
Yeah.
So watch out around camels. Also, they have a lot of diseases in their mouths.
Normally we
They're
would
always spitting too.
normally we would end the show at that, and we are at the end. But I did promise something that we didn't do. Nikki, I sent you the European releases. If
Are you
would
still
like
want
to
me to
do
do
that? Yeah.
Are you gonna do? You're not gonna do the American ones, right?
No, we'll
What
just
are
let
the
you.
next
Oh, no, I'm
European
playing- hold on.
masterpieces?
We'll just have to be
Let's
quiet.
find out with
You know,
Nikki's
everybody's
sweet releases.
It's done.
Mhm.
There's that famous sound effect.
So,
No, him.
it's not what I sound like. That was the music section, not the sweet releases.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Wait, no. Now I'm confused. We haven't done this show in so long.
The music is.
The music is that what I sound like?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, you wanna hear it?
Oh yeah. Oh. Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
So the European Switch eShop releases for the week of March 10th,
Is
In the
that
year
what I sound
20
like?
22.
This year.
Choco Bros GP. It's a Chocobo car racing game,
It's seasonal though because of the Choco.
and I think it was
That's a good one.
one of the racers is Vin Diesel. That's why it's Choco Bros.
We have
That's why
a
it's
review of Chocobo GP on the site, not written by me,
Oh,
but
not bro. It's just Chocobo.
an
You're right.
excellent review.
Grand Mountain Adventure. So-
I think there's a word after that, like Wonderlands or
Not on
something.
here, it ain't.
Wonder Labyrinth,
Not
maybe.
right now.
Sure.
Hotel Transylvania Scary Tale Adventures.
Nice. Love that Mavis.
Ancient Islands. Ashwalkers.
That looks really interesting. It's all black and white, noir, if you will, and it's like a strategy. Like it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic Oregon Trail.
Which Oregon Trail was kind of. It's not really apocalyptic, but it's
Roughing it. Yeah,
It's
it's apocalyptic.
It's pre-apocalyptic.
Apocalyptic.
Well, I mean, it's desolate, and you're fighting for your food.
The scary part is we went
Colonial.
to the grade school together. I don't know what he was learning while
Oh man.
Aztec, forgotten gods. Forgotten goods. Aztec spelled with a CH.
I forgot what these were like.
Forgotten gods. Cosmos bit. Cyber fight. Dungeon color. Frightenance.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Ooh, that's a bad name.
It's the combination. And that's what you call it when you are scared and you pee yourself.
Hmm.
It's a combination of fright and incontinence.
Okay.
Frightens.
I peed on myself.
Better not.
Move or die. Unleash.
I'll take move, please.
This just sounds inappropriate. Pocket slimes.
Oh,
Sounds like a term for a disease back in like the 1800s. I'm sorry, you've got pocket slime.
I got a case of the pocket slimes. Potato flowers in bloom, in full bloom.
It's a
Potato.
dungeon crawler. I think it's a
not
like
gonna grow
a old
any-
school first person kind of dungeon
You're not
crawler.
going to grow many potatoes in the
Potatoes.
Republic Anniversary Edition. Retro Pixel Racers. Slide Stories. Neko's Journey. Or Nico. I don't know. Neko. Splash Cars. Syndrome. The Last Cube. The Wild Case.
We have reviews of Syndrome and The Last Cube coming up.
2 different games. Syndrome,
Yes, Syndrome
The Last
as well
Cube.
as The Last Cube.
The Wild Case. Time Loader.
We have a review of Time Loader up
that
there
a-
right now.
Was that a game, an arcade game at the
Brand new.
Peaburg Mall? Or at
Oh,
the
think Front Loader.
Time Crisis.
Time
Time
Crisis? That
Crisis.
was it.
200 Ways.
WAZE, like the app.
I don't know how to say this one. Will You Snail?
But I know why.
Will You Snail? Yes.
Is it-
That's a really cool. It's a platformer that tries to predict where you're going and puts obstacles in the way of that, rather than being a level that's built out from the beginning. It's a cool idea.
Too personal. I don't like it.
Interesting. World of One and Young Souls.
I think we have a review. Yes, we have a very young corn. We have I think we have a yes, we have a review of that coming up. Thank you, Nikki Hill. The people wanted that. Now, here's something I'm going to do, whether you like it or not, because it's important to me, and I want to
Everybody at
show
this table, you're fired. Get out of my house.
Goodbye.
great respect to. I fired my friends. I hired old men. I want to show great respect to the new team of people that are working
That's
on
right.
GoNintendo because they are making it happen. Like Quince today covered news. I did not do the news today yet. I will be doing around later, but he covered news, and he is the first one to take on a weekend role. So thank you, Quince. Hopefully, what he did was good. What I saw
Hell yeah.
looks good to me. So, but this week, here's what we have coming up. We just posted, and it's the most. I don't know what word to use.
Boring.
It's a break.
Racist?
I don't understand. It's the most racist story. It is a feature explaining Kingdom Hearts, like to actually make it make sense. And someone on the staff did it, and I edit every piece that comes up on GoNintendo. It's unbelievable. The story legitimately makes sense to me now. It's up right now. I'm going to make it a spotlight this coming week. We have more reviews coming this week. I don't even remember. There's ones I have to edit, but there's reviews coming up. We have an interview with Way Forward about Dawn of the Monsters. That's coming up this week. And we have a very big interview coming up with former Nintendo employees Kit and Krista. Well, I don't know if that'll be this week, but it's it's approved. Everything's good to go. So that's definitely happening. So look forward to that. Also, let me really quickly before we go, because I'm very proud of the stuff this team has done. We have an amazing for Mario Day. One of our authors put together
That was
March 10th. We passed
yesterday,
it.
day before. It was
2 days
Thursday.
ago.
Yeah.
We have an amazing piece on Mario that goes over 5 Mario games that you may have never heard of, and definitely probably haven't played all of them. I'd be very shocked if somebody played all of these. We also have.
Have you played all of them?
No,
Okay.
I have not. I've played 2 of them out of 5. We have the Chocobo GP review. We have the Time Loader review. We have a review of Edge of Eternity, which is a cloud game on Switch RPG. We have a review of Pokemon Legends Arceus, or Arceus, however the hell you're supposed to say it. We have a history of Advance Wars. We have a whole bunch of, we have an exploration of how Kirby got to his first 3D game, because Kirby has had 3D elements before, but not a fully 3D game like Forgotten Land. So it's like a
development wise, you mean?
What do you mean?
It's not like the game was made years ago and it took Kirby a long time to just show up. Hey guys, I'm ready.
No, it's showing the games Kirby was in beforehand that dabbled with 3D elements that paved the way for Forgotten Land. There's so much stuff. Anybody that is on the staff that is not hearing me say your piece, it's my fault. I apologize, because you guys did amazing stuff and there's so much to go through. There's just go look at the features. These people put so much work into these features, and they had so many ready at launch, and they're all working on more stuff now. I'm very proud of the features team. It's amazing what they've done, and they all have really interesting stuff. And I'm proud of the news team too. News is ridiculously hard, because if you haven't covered news for 17 years, even if you're following my guideline, it's insanity, because so much happens in all weird corners of the internet. It's hard to keep track of. So everybody that's on the news team, I know it's been stressful and I know it's tough, but they just completed their first week. Everybody on the news team did their first week where everybody's reading their stuff.
Yeah.
So features team and news team, congratulations. And yes, I'm still writing features and I'm still doing news all the time. So I'm still there. But that's it.
Hey, I'd like to give a shout out to 2 of our newest watchers and listeners, B Money and L Train, and a third who shall not be named.
It's not nice to give out personal shout outs.
Well, listen, they're my
And isn't
children.
B Money the guy that was giving you heck earlier?
Yeah.
All right.
Better watch out for that one. Hey.
Boy.
I just want you to know.
Happen.
I just want you to know that you have created an empire that is not just games, but friends, the love from all of us here and everybody who's listening and watching, and from your family who I know who is watching and listening. I hope that you feel just a little bit of a fraction of the love that you put out into this world, because you deserve every last bit of it. And I think we're all super, super proud of you and super, super honored to be part of this with you.
Well, thank you. The love I feel is akin to that of what Nikki Hill felt when he ate that piece of paper.
Excellent.
Just that strong.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful.
Oh, it's not that it wants you.
It doesn't make me want to throw up. No, it was as intense as your paper.
Did you guys just jinx each other? You said it together at the same time. I want to throw up.
Now we have to
jinx. Oh, you a flavor strip.
The one that we eat together. Well, thank you. That's very nice of you.
That is,
yeah, we love you, man. This is a lot of fun.
You're the best.
You guys want to do it next week?
No, definitely not.
We'll see what
One
happens.
definite no in there. All right. Well, everybody that is watching and listening, obviously, it's not just the live stream people. It is the after people, the real podcast people, or podcast if you prefer, or pod. Thank you to everybody who sent incredibly kind, wonderful messages about how much you missed the podcast and how much it meant to you and how you were listening to old episodes over and over until we came back, and how some of you made a fan continuation of the podcast while we were gone.
Was Nintendo involved in that?
Don't put me on the spot like this. Jeez.
I think he might have been.
So thank you to everybody who is here listening now and stuck with us while we were gone and is sticking with us now that we're back. And it's all still there. You can go on, you can follow us on
Nintendo was part of it.
You can follow us on Twitter at GoNintendo Tweet. You can go to GoNintendo.com. which does have a blog version still. You can follow us on Facebook if you're 80 years old. You can go on TikTok. I'll be doing stuff there again. All that good stuff. So we're back in action. We had like over 300 feature posts this week. So we're definitely back. So yeah, we're back. And yeah, I'll see you next week.
Yeah,
we'll all see you next week.
And don't forget to smash that subscribe button.
Smash that. Well, we can't hear him say
like
it.
and subscribe, folks.
Thanks for watching.
Smash that
Thanks for listening.
subscribe
We'll see you
button.
next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
I like the little kiss there at the end. We are
That
still
was sweet.
live
That
as
was
usual.
sweet.
And yes, we did not forget the time-honored after show. So
Speaking of after, oh no, that's aftershave. I don't want aftershave. Maybe some mouthwash though.
Give me some aftershave. It's gotta wash this out of my mouth. This taste.
so how'd it feel to be back, everybody?
Bitter.
Very
This is so fun. I love this.
I love the podcast. I've said it a bazillion times.
No,
I really love the podcast because it is you guys. It's an excuse to see you guys and hang out and be stupid. These kind of stupid conversations we have and laugh and just stuff. Man, it's great. I love it. But also I love you guys and hanging out with you virtually, like in Discord with all this amazing stuff. Thank you. Everybody that showed up today live, thank you. Everybody that has been waiting for us, thank you. Yeah, it's great. I love the podcast. There have been times where I'm like, maybe I'll just quit the site and only do a podcast just because it's that much fun.
Maybe Command Jill.
Mom Brain hates the podcast.
I do. With like so much of myself. Do I hate
It's
it?
pretty well known at this point.
I hope this show back was a nice one for you. I think I felt good to me. I thought it was fun.
It was great. And you know, I never really listened to podcasts at all before this past year. And I just started ever since you went away. I've been listening to a whole bunch of different podcasts. And you mentioned it earlier in this podcast, like how the format is just so different. And that's what one of the things you love about it. And I think I love that too. Like it's just so relaxed and it's all about friends and fun and silliness and love and video games. And it's stupid. And there's no like agenda. Yeah, there's things that you do each time, but like it doesn't feel like some kind of like manufactured
Discord
podcast, which and podcasts like that are fine, obviously, totally fine. But there's just something very unique about just, I don't want to say flying by the seat of your pants, but just kind of chilling and doing it. And
listen, we have our serious conversations about games, and we have great serious conversations about games, but that's mixed in with us having fun. Like I struggle to find podcasts that I enjoy as far as just the fun element. And that's what I try to do here. And I don't think like any of us are like, all right, we're on, let's be funny. Like we've known each other a billion years and we're just talking and hanging out.
Nicky Hill that you get on the podcast is the one that we get when he hangs out. And that's anyone at home. And a lot of people I'm sure have given you this feedback, have said like, I love your podcast because it feels like I'm hanging out with you guys. And it's exactly that. Like if you were our friend hanging out with us, you'd be getting this basically.
You'd probably hate us. It's a couple hours is fine, but more than that.
That's a lot.
I'm really sorry.
Well, the perfect example is Bryant. Shout out to Bryant if you're watching the after show. He's the guy that came and did the podcast documentary, and he hung out with us. And I remember him saying, like, you guys are exactly the same off the podcast. And I was like, that's what we're doing. That's who we are. These conversations we have and this stupid stuff continues. This is us all the time. So I'm glad that translates.
And I listen to a lot of podcasts because I spend a lot of time in the car, and there's a definite difference between listening to podcasts that are like structured and recorded and edited and like written and all this stuff. And then there's a couple of podcasts that I listen to that are very much like this. And it took listening to that stuff to realize the response that everybody gets that like watches and listens and gives feedback and everything, because like, I get it.
Yeah.
You just feel like you're a part of it too. And that's like an important part. And the fact that we can have the Discord and include everybody it's a huge community.
Oh man, Discord is great. Like that, just the you guys. I mean, you've always been like this, but the stuff you were doing today, you were on fire.
I
That
also,
stuff is
like,
so good.
Mom Brain said that like you've created like an empire, and the community. There's been times when I kind of really wish that like let's put up fortress walls and have everybody live in the same neighborhood,
Well,
because
I
like
mean,
it'd
you
be
found the place not that long ago.
The GoNintendo
Oh,
City.
yeah.
That building, yeah.
Oh, the Ringling Brothers
Yeah.
Yeah.
mansion.
Well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody here in person. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming back to this a year after all my shit. And you
Canadian
guys went
Rambo
through,
X says that's called a cult, homie.
you guys went through that shit with me, really.
You
And
got Kool-Aid for everyone. Sorry.
so
that's not-
thank you. I appreciate it. I'm very excited to be back. I hope it was the show you were looking forward to. I tried not to pump it up too much because we're just us. Like I was saying beforehand to do, I was considering doing something like big and special, really trumpeting things. And I was like, that's not really
That's not
us.
us.
Let's do stupid stuff. Let's lick strips of paper. Let's talk about Mango JoJo's and then do some Nintendo news. Like that's us. Yes, I mean shovel. If it's during the podcast, shovel, but now it's not so shit and ass.
and it's not really a cult because nobody gets anything out of it. It's just a bunch of people hanging. Like,
hanging and banging.
Like not even a commune where we all work together. Let's just hang out. Like,
we
let's
could
see how long
hold
we can
hands
coast.
with Angela or whoever.
Yeah, right. We can cheat on our significant others in front of everybody. So yeah, that's it. Thank you again so much. Next week will be for us a more structured show.
I'm
So
out.
our regular show, we'll get music back and all that jazz. I don't know what we're doing as far as like email addresses and all
we
that.
need questions
Whatever.
too. Questions was fun.
Questions.
We're
Yeah.
to really get this on, like,
We're doing it all, baby. We're doing it all. I don't know how I'm going to handle it next week, but I got a week to figure things out. We're back. So we're back. All right. Now, I'm going to
let's
go.
get out.
I'm going to go drink that Shamrock Shake I've been waiting for.
back.
Thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, Colma, yes, that Full House thing that you posted, the roof of the Full House DVD set, the roof of which I used to put my phone in as a cradle during this show. I thought to myself, man, where is that thing? Because I really wanted that. So thanks for remembering all the stupid little stuff that we did. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We will see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
All the stupid little stuff that we did. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We will see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.